Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Quasi Guru Twitch channel. Glad to have you all join in with me today. Looks like we got Vib's official Up Affiliates alternate account in here, Robbie the Commie. We've got James Martin. We've also got Canesto showing up in here as well. And Robbie the Commies, I think, call it Canesto Sus here. But welcome back, folks, to the channel. Glad to have you join in today. Today, we're going to do something a little bit different on a Run What You Brung flight. So we're going to go ahead and fly from Bangkok all the way into Taikak, one of the most popular airports there before the 2000s began. It was very well known because you would come into on a low approach into Hong Kong over these mountains and stuff, and I just found it on flightsim.to, folks. So if you guys are interested in joining in, USA East, all players, and we're on Flight Simulator 2020, so come along, join in. Love to have you all join in with me today. I hope you're having a great day yourselves, and let's just get this thing going, right? So we've already turned on ground power and everything, and today we are, of course, in the Spirit livery once again, getting ready here to depart. Yeah, you know, honestly, James, I decided to go ahead and just pop in there earlier just to see if I could, if I'd be okay with flying it, and I did take a 747 in first. I did not fly the entire route, so I'll say that much, but I did take a 747 in and I had no problems. Didn't crash into the bay, nothing like that. So, but welcome everybody. I hope you guys are excited to join the stream today, and hopefully some of you will be joining along today on the flight as well. So we're just going to go ahead and get everything pre-configured here so we can go ahead and get ready to get out of here. Does Spirit have crappy regional jet? I don't think they do. I really don't think they do, honestly, but it would probably fit the brand pretty well. That's right. That is right. All right, here we go. We're just going to go ahead and do a quick startup on this, get it going. We got the APU currently coming up. Nav lights are coming on. Hydraulics are coming on for 3A. And then let's go ahead and set our no smoking sign to on. We'll wait for passengers to go ahead and get boarded here. And we should be good to go here shortly. So we'll do a position INET here before we align our IRSs. We are currently over at... See, I think I load I don't think I loaded this up yet into Sim Toolkit Pro. I've been a little bit behind today on schedule getting things done, so let me pop this into Sim Toolkit Pro really quick. That way you guys can pull up the route here as well. There we go. Sim Toolkit Pro now officially has the route too, so we can go and just type route into the chat to pull up the entire route here. At least that is if Sim Toolkit Pro wants to connect. Of course, I just recently, folks, just to let you know, I did recently do a password reset on all my Twitch accounts, mainly just because I was trying to do some testing with my bot. So give me 1 second here as I bring this thing back to life at least. Let's see here. Authorize that. There is my OAuth that I need for the chat, and let me just give this to Sim Toolkit Pro and it should be nice and happy again. All right, there we go. Chatbot should be, I think, functional at this point. We'll go ahead and just slap it another route command just to make sure it went through, and there we go. Okay, so Sim Toolkit Pro is in fact happy. But today we are flying from Bangkok all the way over to Taikak, so that's going to be Victor Tango Bravo Sierra. We'll go ahead and get this entered in really quick. Victor Tango Bravo Sierra into the airport. We'll go to next page. We're going to grab our GNSS 1 position. We're going to put this in for set position here. All right, that is all good to go. That looks good to me. We'll go over to flight plan. Let's go ahead and just start getting the flight plan typed up at least. VTBS. Going over to VHHX. So Victor Hotel Hotel X-Ray. Hopefully the audio sounds good today, folks. I'm experimenting a little bit here before I get a microphone stand and, well, microphone arm for my new mic. So I'm kind of guessing this probably will be about what the mic's going to sound like when I get the stand as well. Definitely a lot closer to it today than normal. Of course, you know, it's not showing in view. I'd much rather it not have to show in view anyway. So, you know, I'm trying to keep it out of view from people so you guys aren't being bothered by it at least. But let's go ahead and pull up the sim brief here. Let's take a look over everything else as well here. We've got our alternate route today is going to be flying over to, I think, VMMC, which I'm shocked because theoretically they should put us in Hong Kong at the actual international airport, the new international airport I should put down. So Noodles861, welcome back to the chat. Glad to see you join in here. How are you doing today? Hopefully everything's going well for you. Let's see here, and we're going to go ahead and just get everything else configured here. Our departing runway for today, if we look at our route here, is going to be runway 01 right. So we'll go ahead and punch that in here. 01 right in for the origin runway, and we'll execute this. We'll do a departure arrival on 01 right, and we're going to be departing via the Robic 3 departure. All right, and they'll be via 01 right. Oh yeah, no, I totally understand. Yeah, when you got a new job, and I know you're so far away, at least with time zones and whatnot, that does not help with being able to join into people that are based like in the U.S. and stuff for other events. But here we go, folks. We're just gonna keep on going here. Let's get everything configured. Got Robic A, that looks good. Then we have a discontinuity. Okay, we'll go to flight plan, next page, and let's go ahead and just continue on in here. Let's see here really quick. We've got Robic 3A, Robic A1 topper. So yeah, A1 topper. And then from A1 topper, we're going to go to W42 Rami. Now, this is going to be the only problem, folks. I haven't actually attempted to fly this much of a distance, at least, with the current setup of things, because this is going to be a little bit different, mainly because it is an add-on airport and it's a free one, so therefore some things on an add-in airport do not work. So we're going to see if the transitions are going to be available or not. That's going to be the real difficult thing, is trying to see if you can find the transitions. And my guess is we may not have the transition we're going to need. So we'll go to departure arrival. We're just going to check the arrival page, see if we got the transition. It looks like we may have some transitions for VHHX. This looks good so far. Yeah, I think this might work. So SECO 13 via the SECO transition, and we're going to do the runway 13 approach, and we'll go ahead and just leave that vectors for now, because honestly runway 13 over at TICAC is a approach that you're doing mainly visually. So essentially you come up to this what's called checkerboard hill. You're going to make a right turn 45 degrees, and you're going to intercept then your runway that way. So basically it's a visual approach. They do have an ILS, which is interesting, and I don't know if that really existed at the time of TICAC existing, at least on runway 13, but from the flightsim.to I found out that the ILS frequency is available. You have to tune it on course 88, so essentially it would fly an 88-degree course heading to that radio, and then after that, I think you end up shutting off the ILS when you're about to make that 45-degree turn. So I hope you're all having a good day, though, and so I just hope everyone's doing great. So, but I'm glad to have you all join in here. Let's see here really quick. We are working on this right now, and yeah, Noodles, the thing for me is right now I'm mainly keeping mods active that are active here, and I know that since you got a new job it's harder to be active, so I totally understand it though. All right, folks, let's go ahead and go nav for IRS mode. We've got our ATC mode in 1, so that way the transponder is out of standby, and let's see here really quick. We're just going to keep on going through the system here. Luckily, since this is going to be just a run what you bung flight with the entire group of people, whoever wants to join, we're not really going to worry about we're not really going to worry about being on VATSIM today. But I hope you guys are ready for this. Canesto, I don't know if you can join in today, but if you can, I would love to have you. Once again, USA East, all players, and we're going to be flying, like I said, today from Bangkok all the way over to Hong Kong, TICAC. No problem. Totally understand, Canesto. Totally understand. Let's go and get the right spinny fan started. We're going to go and set flaps to 8 for takeoff position. We're going to get all our hydraulics up as well. Let's go ahead and turn on our windshield heats on low and our probes to on. This all looks good so far here. We're not ready to roll just yet, but we'll be ready here shortly, folks. But like I said, I hope you're all having a good day here. Hopefully everything's going well for everyone in the chat here, and I'm excited about this flight, I'm not gonna lie. So I did, like I said, load up at TICAC earlier just to make sure the airport was functional, and I also loaded up in a Boeing 747. you know, look, if the 747 was more of a functional aircraft in the simulator and Salty's mod was better, I would probably fly it in, because it's definitely one of the more difficult aircraft to land. But honestly, I'm really in love with the CRJ, and I think that's the reason why I'm still like trying to fly it. So but we're about to go ahead and get pushback started here. That way we can go ahead and get rolling and get this stream started, because we do have a little bit of time here on this flight today. So once again, I hope you're all having a great day. We're gonna go ahead and get the tug connected now. Let's go ahead and get the wheel chocks disconnected, the tug connected to the aircraft. Waiting for that. There we go. Dropping in that SO for some people. There we go. Thank you so much, Canesto. Welcome, Skyman. Welcome. Glad to have you join in today. Also, Robbie the Commie, thank you so much for being in here as well. And thank you guys so much for dropping in the shout outs for Sky Command and Robbie the Commie. Glad to have you both join in today as we make our way from Bangkok to Hong Kong, to the old Tai Kak airport, and I'm definitely excited about it. It's a different flight for me. I did try to attempt it earlier with the Boeing 747, and I didn't try to attempt the entire length of the flight, so don't get me wrong, I did not do that. But I did make some attempts to fly around the airport, and I was successful, but I'm not as consistent as I would like to be to actually fly it, so you guys could actually appreciate it. Our beacon lights are coming on, taxi lights are coming on, especially since we're moving now. Let's go ahead and introduce fuel to the left spinny fan as it starts up, and we should be rolling here shortly, folks. I hope you're all having a great day, though. Sky Command, grateful to have you join in as well today, and I hope the audio sounds nice and crispy like the bacon light I just turned on, you know, especially for that Caesar salad I'm planning on adding some bacon to later, right? So hope you're all having a great day. But let's go ahead and we're going to import our flight here into Navigraph. That way we can get everything else in here that we need. Of course, VHHX doesn't exist in their airports. Of course it doesn't. That's all right. I'm just going to pull up my current airport then. We're going to do VBTS because I need the chart for well, VTBS is it, I think. Is it VTBS? I believe VTBS. Yeah, it's gonna be VTBS for this chart. But let's go ahead and start pushback to the right here. Actually to the left. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm glad I'm not the tug driver. I'd probably screaming and pulling hairs right now, so. Absolutely, Sky Command, absolutely. I really do love the CRJ. I think it's one of the better planes here in the simulator, you know, and I think Aerosoft made a really good product. I mean, it can use some work, right? Definitely can use some work. But with that being said, at least, it's a good aircraft. It gets you by. It does what you need it to do, and that's my big thing, you know. As long as I'm able to enjoy an aircraft, I'll probably go ahead and fly it regardless, right? But let's also go ahead and do a couple other quick things. I should have done this a little bit earlier, but like I said, trying to get us going a little bit sooner today, especially considering how long this flight is. You know, it's about 1,000-mile flight, so we want to make sure that we can get ourselves rolling as quickly as possible to not to not keep anyone bored. We want to keep making sure that we that everyone is enjoying the stream and having fun. So block fuel is going to be 5,537 for this flight. We're going to go ahead and set the payload and simulator a few times, copy the perf.init data to the FMS. Let's go ahead and make sure it came over. It did, in fact. That's good. And we're going to go up today to flight level 370. My guess is we're probably going to level off well before then. That's the thing about the CRJ. So a lot of people don't understand that, you know, when you're heavy in a CRJ, you're not going to necessarily hit its optimal altitude. You're not going to hit the potential 45,000 that it might be able to fly, right? You're going to probably go significantly lower in altitude. So keep that in mind. You know, if you're flying the CRJ and you're thinking, oh, there's something wrong with it, it's more than likely that your performance just is not going to get you up to where you want to go. That's really what it is at the end of the day. But let's continue on here. Let's get everything set up in here. We're going to go ahead and set our average ISA, which is going to be at +9. We're going to then go ahead and set our wind components. That's at P014. So we'll go ahead and hit P014 here in the FMS. We're going to copy that in, click on it again to get the standard, and we're just going to copy that field all the way down. We're going to go to the next page, estimate time of departure. Like I said, we're not too worried about this ever, but we'll go over to VNAV setup, just make sure all this looks good. So the VNAV climb rate, I'm going to go ahead and set this to 320 over 0.77. It's a faster climb profile that can actually be used with the CRJ pretty well. We'll go ahead and set that. Go to the next page. The target speed here, we're going to probably maintain Mach 0.8, right? So that's honestly what I like to fly with this airplane anyways, about Mach 0.8, maybe a little bit more if I can get it, but you're not always going to get what you want to get out of this plane. So, you know, just fly it the best you can, enjoy it. That's the whole purpose of being in a simulator anyway, right? It's having fun, being able to visit places you may not otherwise be able to visit. So at least we've got that going on. And you know what, guys, I keep forgetting to do other things today. So I forgot to turn on my tablet, so I need to let's see here really quick. Canesto, what? No. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. So TICAC, exactly. Now that's not the chart that I was those were the only charts that I was having issues with. Let's see here really quick. Did I type it in wrong? Did I type it in wrong on the stream title? Did I really? I wouldn't be shocked if I did, because I have been like in this really busy. It's KaiTak. It's KaiTak. I'm looking on FS 2020's website right now. It's KaiTak. Am I losing my mind? Canesto? Hold on a minute. I think someone might be messing with me here. Hold on. I gotta verify this, folks. I'm pretty sure someone is potentially messing with. Yeah, it's KaiTak. I'm looking at the charts right now. It even says KaiTak. Wait, did I really name the stream title TICAC? Of course I did. Of course I did. That's kind of funny, actually. But let's go ahead and I'll fix that really quick. I really thought I had it right, but I must have just, in the stream title, reversed it. I mean, I announced it correctly everywhere else. Yeah, you're right. I did. That's terrible. But you know what? It was kind of close, right? It was like a dyslexic moment that I had. So, KaiTak, there we go. Let's go ahead and update the stream title here. Get that fixed up for everybody. There we go, Cadester. Are you happy now? You happy now that I fixed it? I can't believe I entered that in that one section wrong. Just that one section. I mean, mind you, everywhere else it was correct. The only place I messed it up was... The only place I literally messed it up was here when I went to click live for broadcast. I can't believe that. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous of me to do something like that. But folks, I'm excited though today. You know, I actually got to find out that one of my friends has actually been streaming here for a while too, and had no idea that it was going on until I saw a Facebook link pop up. So I thought that was kind of cool, you know. So he's been streaming, I guess, the Batman games on Xbox One, so that's kind of cool, right? Like, I mean, I know for me at least, I'm not a big Batman game fan, probably due to the fact that I always feel like the Batman games I would always rage quit in. Like, without a problem, I would rage quit, like, immediately, because I would get so frustrated playing Batman games. Let's see here. I'm going to pull up our current airport, though. We're going to get the chart for the taxiway here, so we can make sure we taxi to the correct runway. And like I said, we'll be getting going here shortly. If I can find the actual taxi charts. Oh my gosh. All right, so I think we were departing today via 1 right, if I remember right. Let's go and take a look here really quick. Departure via 1 right. So it looks like I'm going to be taking... oh gosh, I just dragged that chart all over the place here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the chart here. I'm going to also bring it over here on my screen so everyone can see it as well. Navigraph, let's move this over. I don't know how the heck this got all messed up per se. But it looks like we're going to be taking Delta, Tango to maybe Delta 5, then we'll take Delta 5 to Delta 8 to Hotel, then Hotel to Charlie 7, take that Charlie 10, then to Bravo for the departure for runway 1 right here coming out of Bangkok going into TICAC, folks. But I hope you're excited about this. Yeah, I just messed it up there, didn't I? I just said it wrong. Yeah, KaiTak. Yeah, Kaitak. I keep saying it reversed now because you pointed out my mistake, so therefore now I'm just going to say it reversed all day long. But let's go ahead and let's get everything tuned up here really quick. I'm going to look at the departure chart as well before we get going, just to make sure that we have the altitudes correct. Let me go ahead and turn up the music here, Canesto, see if that helps at all. Give me one moment here, Canesto. I'm going to bring up the music volume. Do you hear it now? Is it coming through now at least? I hope it is. Let me just take a look at my audio just to make sure it is piping through. It should be. Yeah, it should be coming through right now. Can you hear it? Or do you need a little bit louder? Okay, good. Yeah, I think I just have the audio levels maybe just a little bit low. That's basically all it was. But let's go ahead. Let's get this thing taxing. Let's get her going so we can get the heck out of here, right? So I know that's what you guys all want anyway. And like I said, we're just going to do a real quick review here of the departure here, the SID for the departure for us to get the heck out of here. So it looks like we're going to be departing via the Robe 3K. It's going to be our SID, and I do not see that one specifically, so I'm going to go through the charts to see if I can find it. Albos, Tango, Bonvo, Gorsi, Sabis. Yeah, I'm kind of curious about this one. So the Robe K3K. See the Albos. Wonder if it's one of the Bonvos or Dospus. Let's see here. Trying to find the departure chart here to look at. You know what? I'm just going to throw it all away. We're just going to go for it, right? Let's get to taxing, because that's what we need to do anyway, so we don't make this stream too long for everybody. Welcome back, MSFS. Glad to see you join in here with the channel again today. It's going pretty well so far. So we're going to be flying today from Bangkok over to Hong Kong, and we'll see how this turns out, right? So over to Kaitak, not Taikak. I swear, you know, Canesto, I'm trying to make sure I bite my tongue every time I say it now, because I'm like, I keep messing it up for some odd reason, even though I really shouldn't be. But let's go ahead, let's get the taxi underway so we can get the heck out of here. All right, here we go. Nose wheel steering needs to go to the on position now. We're good there. And I think what we'll actually end up doing more than likely is we're going to go ahead and we're probably, I'm thinking in the back of my mind here, we'll taxi out, and we're probably going to go ahead and bring the lights down, or actually bring us closer to live time as we get closer to Hong Kong, because we should be coming in with a really good, like, dusk, a beautiful dusk, like dawn awakening sort of thing. So it'll be kind of cool. I'm kind of excited about that. Let's go ahead and take a look here. We're clear to our right, we're clear to our left. We're going to go ahead and continue taxiing down over to runway 1 right. But yeah, I'm excited to have you guys join in. And so I noticed over the last few days even, I think we went from 149 followers up to, I believe, 150 to 153, something like that. So it's kind of exciting, you know, seeing some channel growth even when, you know, I'm not streaming. So definitely getting excited about that. I hope we continue to maintain the channel growth as we go, you know. I would definitely love to see that happen. I know, you know, Mr. Pilot's been really working on his channel a lot lately too, and I'll tell you what, guys, he's like at 820 plus followers now, so I'm really getting excited for him. You know, I'm definitely excited for this community, and like I've said before, you know, the Flight Simulator community is probably one of the best communities here on Twitch. So it's absolutely amazing how much support that we show for each other, you know. So I totally appreciate it, MSFS. Thank you so much. I really do. And Mr. Pilot 222, absolutely wonderful streamer, guys. If you don't know Mr. Pilot 222, go follow him. He is the man from the land down under. He is, well, I'm not gonna lie, he's probably my favorite Aussie flight simmer, right? So and he's the one that really got me into streaming on Flight Sim. Like, I never honestly thought I would ever stream on Flight Sim. I never thought I would do it, because realistically, I never thought I would be able to be successful at it, if you want the truth. I mean, up until recently, I was very questionable about, can I do this? Is this something I might be able to do and enjoy, right? Because I know with so many other games, you know, like you're playing, you know, like a first person shooter or something, you know, like Overwatch or something like that. And I'll tell you what, I rage in those games. Like, I will rage quit. I will. In Flight Sim, on the other hand, I have never rage quit in Flight Sim, right? Because it's a completely different environment. And once again, you know, we've had some people lucky enough as of late, like Dave Rendon, for instance, right? He ended up getting his, he ended up just acquiring his PPL. Complete Freedom's currently working on getting his private pilot's license. And guys, you know what? They're both inspiring me, so I'm going to be working on going back to trying to get it myself. And so I'm hoping to get that done here, get the ball rolling here with the next couple months or so. I'll probably do ground school online just to make sure that everything is out of the way there, at least before I really truly get started. Mainly because it's one of those things, I don't want to get into doing something without feeling confident in doing it right. I mean, I think that's the biggest thing, is just having a level of confidence where I feel comfortable and saying, you know what, okay, at this point it's a go. And don't get me wrong, you know, look guys, getting your private pilot's license is not cheap, and it's probably going to take me a while because of that. It's not like, you know, I've got thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars just laying by in order to get it done. But the thing is, though, it's like I've told everybody else here on this channel too, you know, it's been a personal dream of mine ever since I was a kid to fly an airplane. And more specifically, when I was a kid, I wanted to fly the Queen of the Skies, the Boeing 747, and I wanted to eventually, you know, become an airline pilot and maybe eventually one day fly Air Force One, because that's what I thought was so cool as a kid, as a time. But what happened is, when I was in high school, I had a teacher that said to me, you know, you may never have a family because of that. And I asked why, and she was like, well, you see, you're never going to be home. And I guess at the end of the day, it's something I really wish I would have not listened to, right? I really wish I would have ignored what she told me, because had I ignored what she told me, I'd probably be doing it right now. And that's the truth. I'd be doing it right now. I would not have waited. But at the same time, though, it would have probably changed where I'm at today completely, right? Like, so, you know, I may have never met any of you guys, so I'm under the strong belief that it doesn't matter what you do in life, right? But at the end of the day, I'm under a strong belief that no matter what you do, right, your things happen for a reason. And so, you know, maybe that wasn't the time for me. Maybe it was one of those situations where I needed to wait a little bit, and maybe that's what it is. And if that's really what it is, that's okay. I'm okay with waiting, because at this point, yeah, it's been a long time, but in the same respect, eventually I'm gonna do it, right? And I think, honestly, you can accomplish anything and everything you set your mind to as long as you apply yourself to get it done, right? And I know that, you know, for both Complete Freedom and Dave Rendon, it's been a struggle, it's been a challenge. And, you know, Dave Rendon just getting his PPL, like, it's absolutely incredible that he's got it done. And like I said, I'm just really excited for those two. And Complete Freedom here is going to be testing, I believe, right before the end of this month. So, you know, hopefully he'll be able to do it, and then hopefully I'm next up on the chopping block, at least to get it done. So yeah, so honestly though, they do ask for ATC. That does happen. However, when they do ask for ATC, it's generally very, very short communications, right? And generally, most of the time, whatever they ask is generally, like, granted, like, you know, traffic will be moved out of the way. You know, any demand from Air Force One would actually get traffic moved generally. So it's one of those things that, you know, you definitely don't mess with Air Force One, for sure. But yeah, folks, we're just taxiing on out here to runway 1 right for departure from Bangkok, going over to Hong Kong, over to Kai Tak. So hope you're all having a wonderful day. Let's get this departure on the road, and hopefully we'll see how this turns out. Like, I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, I haven't flown a full route here to this airport yet, and I just installed it in the simulator. So I did earlier attempt to see how it was working. And it seems like everything's going okay so far, but I did jump in there. I jumped in on the 747 instead, just to see how the 747 would turn out there. And honestly, if I was a little bit more comfortable with the Flight Simulator Azobo version of the 7.4, I'd probably fly that today instead, because it's that there's a much more dramatic turn you have to make with the 747 coming into Kai Tak on runway 13, because that's the approach we're going to make. We're going to do the visual, right? We got to do the visual coming into Kai Tak because it's a really good approach. It's a really amazing approach, so we've got to do it. We've got to try it, see how it turns out, and I don't know. But you know what, MSTEP, I don't think you've ever seen me go around either. At least not on this channel. I will not go around. I will always put the airplane down. There has been times where I thought about it. And I'll tell you specifically, the last time I thought about it was when I was flying with 1480 last. I was landing in Salt Lake City, and the flight plan was all jacked up, so I decided to change runways and change the opposite side runway. And I was like, okay, 14, just call this in real quick for on Unicom, you know, that we're gonna be landing on this runway instead. And so he does, and I was like, man, I am really high. I'm really high. Like, I really should consider going around. That's what I'm thinking in the back of my brain. I even said on stream, I'm really high, and some people even said go around, right? No. I did like a tactical landing, you know, where you just nose down and then last minute you go to pull the flare. No, it was actually here with the CRJ, MSAP. It was with the CRJ. It was actually really good. And I think at the time I put it down at like 73 feet per minute, so I still made it really butter. I made some good butter with it. But yeah, honestly, I haven't flown the CJ4 since after version 12 initially came out. Like, I flew it then when version 12 came out of working title mod, but I've just mainly been flying the CRJ. And don't get me wrong, I know the CRJ's got some bugs here and there, but mostly, I'll say this much, the CRJ is not very buggy when you're flying it. How should I say this? It's not very buggy when you're flying it by yourself. I would say with your controls, it's extremely buggy, but then again, it's hard to fully support an airplane that's essentially sandboxed. I mean, it's a sandbox piece of software inside of Flight Sim 2020, so it's a little bit different. And I don't know. I mean, we'll see we'll see what's going to happen here in the future. I know Aerosoft is still planning on making some more updates for the airplane. I don't know when those will be, but I am kind of wanting to ask Aerosoft myself at some point when they're, because I know they're planning on releasing the CRJ 900 1000 as like an add-on feature, right, to the people that already bought the airplane. So it'll be a little bit cheaper, but with that being said, I'm probably at some point going to ask Aerosoft, hey, you know, guys, is there any possibility of, you know, doing a review for you guys for this airplane and maybe giving one away on the channel? And I'm probably going to do that. I did do, if you guys remember right, I did do a giveaway for the CRJ 550/700 on my channel too. That one was not sponsored. That one was definitely out of my own money. But you know, regardless, we'll see what'll happen. I mean, honestly, if they do end up releasing it, I'll probably still buy it. I'll probably still do a giveaway for the 900 1000 series. And, you know, we'll see what happens from there, right? All right, folks, we're holding short of the runway. We're going to go ahead and turn on our landing lights and our strobe lights. And we are all good to go for the takeoff here. I'm just checking over everything else, making sure all the controls look good. Everything looks good so far. I'm going to go over to the legs page. We've got VNAV on. It looks like today's flight time is going to be about 2 hours and 21 minutes. So I hope you're all ready to go. You're all belted in and just ready for this departure over here to Hong Kong to go to Tai Kak Airport. And like I said, I'm excited about this flight because Tai Kak to me is kind of one of those, I don't know, it was so iconic to, you know, watch YouTube videos of, you know, planes landing back there in the 90s and, you know, seeing 747s land there. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's kind of like, to me, what Merrill C. Meigs Field was in Chicago for the city of Hong Kong. So beyond the point that it's a much more dangerous, well, I'm not gonna say dangerous, a much more difficult approach. You know, I was trying to rephrase that because I was watching earlier Kelsey, you know, he's a 747 pilot on YouTube, and I was watching him talk about dangerous airports and what makes them dangerous. And a lot of people are always saying, well, you know, this is what makes it so dangerous. But realistically, what makes an airport dangerous isn't really the airport, right? It's more of how people are flying, right? Like, I mean, like for instance, for Toncontin, for instance, right? Like, and I know it's going to sound nuts that I'm going to say this, but you look at Toncontin. Toncontin Airport is a very, how should I put it? I'm going to do this. We're going to change the altitude here for this airport because that does not make any sense to me. But Toncontin, you know, it's a difficult approach, right? But here's the thing. A lot of people make it sound like it's such a terrible airport, but he made a comment and he said, you know, look guys, the truth is when you look at an approach chart, most of your approach charts are going to show about a 3-degree glide slope, right? Toncontin on its most difficult approach directly off of Mevo is 3.2. So, oh boy, you better strap in and get ready for that landing, right? I mean, it's not that severe. Yes, it's a difficult approach to do, but it's not as severe as what people make it out to be. So, you know, I'm kind of trying to do a little bit of rephraseology here when I'm talking to people, because it almost makes more sense to, you know, talk about it more openly and honestly when we're thinking about really what we really classify as dangerous or not, you know. So, but here we go, folks. We're about to depart here. We got flaps set to 8. It looks like our V1 is going to be at 136 today. 138. Our V1 and V rotate are at 138. So we'll be picking up off the runway here shortly, and we'll be over there in Hong Kong in about the next 2.5 hours or so. So let's go ahead and get ready here. Let's also try to maybe show up Mr. Pilot here a little bit by making sure we hit our chrono before we start, right? I know, guys, I never use the chrono, but I figure, you know, this might call Mr. Pilot to come out and speak if he is here. All right, here we go. Lining up here for the runway for takeoff. All right, here we go, getting lined up. And folks, if you want to know a good way to line up with the CRJ, you line up your registration tag with the center line. That's all you have to do. The registration tag with the center line is the perfect way to line it up here for takeoff. Let's hit that chrono button, and here we go. Power coming to Toga. And here we go. All right, airspeed's alive. Airspeed is alive. Here we go. We're about ready for takeoff. There you go. And Canesto, don't forget the Togas and the channel points now. V1 and rotate. There we go. Bringing her up nice and gentle. Although I did not see the Toga pop up. I'll have to take a look at that really quick to see what's maybe going on there. I'll drop it in myself too just to make sure it comes through. But here we go. We're climbing out at least. Let's get that done. Climbing out. Speed mode, heading mode. Going over to nav mode now officially. Landing gear is coming up. Let's go ahead and set climb here for our detent. Yeah, let me take a look here, Canesto, and see what's going on. Let me see if I drop it, if it goes through, because if it does, then it's a permissions issue. So I do not see it. Give me a minute here. Let me see if... So trigger fire is enabled. Let me see if I need to relog into my Twitch account. Because like I said, I did recently change my passwords, which could very well be what's causing the issue. So let me authorize it really quick and see if it goes through now. Here we go. Let's try this out. I'm going to send it again here myself. And we've got Toga, redeem. Let's see, refresh current cache of current page. Trying to get it to work here, Canesto. Trying to fix it myself. All right, let's see here. Let's try to do this again. Do the butter. There we go. I got it working again. Okay. Perfect, perfect. I think we got it working now officially. Welcome back, Mercytown. Glad to have you join in here to the chat. No, so it wasn't that. It was, let's see if this works. There we go. Yeah, I changed passwords recently for my Twitch account, and I'm trying to do some new configuration for the account. So I was doing some testing with my primary bot that normally used to handle this, and I'm trying to get everything redone a little bit here. But that is officially working now, so at least I got that functional again. And here we go, turning direct to BS 101 as we just make our way up here and we're climbing out. Let's go ahead and get our speed up as well. So we'll go ahead and set our speed bug to 250 up to 10, and then we'll do 320 above that up to our flight level. So I believe today we're going up to 37,000 feet if I remember right, but of course that very well could change with this airplane. This airplane doesn't always like to climb at the end, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But if we need to, we'll go ahead and level off and just keep on going. But Mercytown, welcome to the Quasi Guru Twitch channel. Glad to have you join in today. I hope you're having a wonderful day yourself as we make our way here from Bangkok, Thailand over to Hong Kong in China. So hope you're having a good day. But we're flying into an airport that was very well known for a very steep bank on approach. So you'd make this we'll be landing on runway 13, but it's very steep bank that you make last minute. It's a visual thing based upon this checkerboard hill. So they had this pattern set up on the side of this hill so that pilots would know, aim for this, and then you're going to make a 45-degree turn. So it's actually kind of cool. The airport has not been in operation, I think, since like the late 90s at this point, so it's now been over 20 years. But they have now officially turned it into kind of like a shopping market area, a little district there in Hong Kong. So we're just going to go ahead and enjoy the flight, see how it turns out. And like I said, we're probably going to be going back to live time here at some point too. Like right now, for instance, this doesn't look bad. And our way over here to Hong Kong, the sun's going to be coming up, so that's actually going to be kind of cool, seeing the sun come up in Hong Kong as we make our landing, and it'll make it maybe a little bit more challenging too, I guess. So let's go ahead and just get some of our lights configured here in the airplane. That way we're not completely blind here flying. All right, this all looks good so far. Thrust reversers are in fact off. Let's go ahead and keep working over here. Turn on my flashlight just so I can see for a moment as I get my lights adjusted up. There we go. All right, this looks good. All right, now I can officially see again. We're gonna go ahead and turn on our dome light, which dome light's already on. Okay, so realistically, we just need the standby compass light. There we go, folks. So here we go, going up here, and once again, folks, this will be about 2.5 hours ish to get over there to Hong Kong. So I hope you're ready for the flight here. It's definitely going to be kind of interesting. I'm going through the waypoints here, making sure that we're not missing anything specifically. All looks good to me, and I do need to check over the runway height. I think that's the only thing I really need to check over to make sure I have that right. But aside from that, though, like I said, it'll be about 2.5 hours or so, maybe 215-ish, because we're not going to climb up too high. In fact, I'm going to change my mind. We're going to go and level off at 29,000 feet. That way we can just get our speed up and get there as fast as possible, getting over to Hong Kong. But we're not dealing with ATC today, so no need to ask for permission for different altitudes. Now, see, this is the crazy part, folks. So, you know, the Aerosoft CRJ, when you hit 15,000 feet, the flight attendants automatically announce, you know, they're serving sandwiches, but they never bring me a sandwich. I mean, like, what's wrong with them? They don't even want to bring their captain of their airplane a sandwich. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm hungry. I want to eat, right? Just feed me all night long. There we go. All right, here we go. I'm gonna put our TCAS into normal mode, and we're looking pretty good here on the climb out. So, but once again, folks, we are in the Spirit livery today, flying from Bangkok, Thailand, over to Hong Kong. So, definitely excited about it. Going over to TICAC. Oh, I know exactly. Seymour needs to feed me all night long, but he's not here. So. But I hope you're all having a great day here today, folks, and definitely glad to have you join in here on the flight. But yeah, I actually saw earlier today, one of the people I knew from college is streaming now too as well. I did not know they were streaming, so it kind of caught me off guard. I was like, whoa, that's kind of cool. And I just noticed them on Facebook post a link up, and I was like, whoa, that's kind of cool. At least you know you're doing something. So that's kind of neat, right? And you know, folks, of course, the other thing is too, when you come over to China, they use meters for measuring altitude, but I'm not flying on the VATSIM network, so therefore we're just going to go ahead and just fly it as I would in the States for today. It might be a little bit less realistic, but to me it's a little bit more enjoyable because I'm not having to worry about ATC today, and we're just, you know, flying up, having a good time, right? So, just on the climb out here. How does the voice audio sound, though? Does the voice audio sound good? Also, folks, if you would like to, I'm going to go ahead and join the Discord here in a second. We'll join into the Discord voice channel for the live stream channel. Folks, if you're not in my Discord yet, go ahead and drop in there, and then that way you can also be featured on the stream, to talk on the stream, and you know, who knows, we might bring you on video too if we got stuff to talk about. We'll go and drop here in the Quasi-Guru live stream channel so that anyone in here can talk to me as well. I'm going to pull out my microphone for my headphones and use that right now to talk, at least here on the Discord. Perfect, here we go. Now, of course, folks, the audio quality in Discord is going to be a little bit different than the audio quality here in on the stream, because the audio on the Discord is coming from my headphone microphone instead of my Razer Siren Mini. So, but yeah, I'm just excited we're getting going here. Getting going, climbing out, making our way here to the airport. I think I'm going to make that waypoint a little bit lower there, maybe at 5,000 feet or something like that. But yeah, I'm definitely excited about this flight. Like I said, you know, guys, I haven't flown into Kai Tak ever since I have gotten the simulator, and I just recently, of course, found out there is a airport scenery add-on, so you can add Kai Tak to the list of airports. You know, I'm half tempted to give the whole ILS thing a tryout and see how it turns out, but I don't know how it's going to work. I do know that there is the availability for it, so we might take a look at it just to see how it turns out. Flightsim.to. Let me pull up what that frequency is really quick again. But like I said, it's on a course 88 heading, so it's a little bit bizarre. But it says so unfortunately, ILS frequency still has to be added manually. FMC nav/rad. It says here. Okay, so we have the added approach for runway 13 from Chengchao VOR over the current Hong Kong International toward the checkerboard. Okay, that's good. And then we've got, let's see here, where is the comment about this? So disconnect autopilot before checkerboard hill. So yeah, we're going to use 111.9er. Well, 111.90 here for the approach. So we're going to tune that up really quick. We'll put the radio in manual mode here. 111.90. And that'll be on a course heading of 88. So we'll go ahead and tune in that nav source really quick, just so I can get it tuned up. Let's see here. Localizer 1. That's interesting. Let's see here. 88. So we're jumping up by 3s here. So this is 90. Don't know what the master... Oh, I know what that master caution is. We're good. Let's go ahead and take care of the ice that is forming. Alright, we've got that taken care of, and we're almost up here to cruise altitude to flight level 290. And I'm just trying to make sure I've got our course heading bugged correctly for 0.88. Should be 0.88 for the course heading. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch nav source back over to FMS, so that way we can fly our line again. And back over to nav mode. Here we go. All right, there we go. There we go. I think I've got everything configured now officially. Yeah, Cinderpith, it is the CRJ. It is in fact the CRJ. So, yeah, I'm not actually having any issues with it right now. I mean, I do have the occasional bug with it. David Moan, welcome to the stream. Glad to see you join in, friend. I was just bringing you up to people here, but folks, if you guys like some Batman stuff, right? You guys want to see some good Batman quality stuff? I want you guys to go take a look at David Moan here. Absolutely wonderful. Went to college with this guy, but go ahead and take a look at him here really quick. I'm going to drop him in here into the chat. And it's totally fine to lurk too. I mean, you know, if you'd like to, you can take a look at my lurk command. It's !lurk into the chat. Drop that in there, and you get a nice little message coming back from the bot there. But yeah, it's kind of cool though. Like I said, you know, it's nice to have you here, David, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Enjoyed watching you play some Batman earlier. I was telling people in my chat though that, you know, for me, Batman was always one of those things I would always like feel like I'd want to rage quit over, because like I'd get so frustrated with it. So yeah, exactly. Lurk by the Kinapoke. There we go. There we go. Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, we're on our way to Hong Kong, folks. We've got the sunrise ahead of us, so the sun's going to be coming up here into Hong Kong as we make our way in. And like I said, guys, it'll be about 2 more hours in, and we'll probably be starting our descent at that point. So exactly, definitely the classy thing to do. Definitely the classy thing to do. You know, lurk by the Kinapoke. Welcome back, Muse. How are you doing, my friend? I hope you're having a wonderful, fantastic start to your day. And there you go. That's right. David Moan is real life calling. It's okay. Lurking is free. Just let us know when you come back. Thanks for joining in with the Quasi Guru channel. Absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, you know, I'm just, I don't know. It's definitely another day. It's a good day. And that's really what matters. Yeah, you know, so Muse, I'm doing pretty good. You know, I guess what really helped me last week was being able to see my, was being able to go to that viewing and, in a sense, saying goodbye for one last time, right? It was really difficult. I'm not gonna lie. It was a struggle. It was definitely a challenge. So, wait a second. X-Plane 11. Kinesso, you won X-Plane 11? Where did you win X-Plane 11 from? I wish I had X-Plane. I would love to have X-Plane. I'd have some fun with some X-Plane. You know, this sunrise actually kind of reminds me of The Lion King. So, you know, the original Lion King movie when the sun was coming up, this is almost that type of sunrise. And it's almost just as distorted too, right? Yeah, I'm that's kind of cool you got it, Kinesso. I mean, but, you know, honestly, I'm pretty sure X-Plane 11 would actually run better. I'm pretty sure it would actually run better on your PC than FS 2020, but the problem is, I feel like most of us are like so focused on FS 2020. No, it's not. It's not. There's definitely a lot more complexity to it. The other thing is too, you know, the airplane models fly much more realistically in X-Plane 11 than they do flying in Flight Sim 2020. I mean, the one benefit you really get from FS 2020, right, is the beauty of the sim, right? You definitely get a beauty to the sim that you just wouldn't get otherwise. But we got some lightning there in the background, folks, as we fly here from absolutely, MSEP, absolutely. You know, and well, that's the thing. I mean, here's the thing. I know that FS 2020 is going to continue to improve over time through updates. The only thing I just don't like about updates is, you know, every time an update's least applied, something breaks in the simulator. Always breaks in the simulator. And it's disappointing because you want it to be more functional and more flyable and more realistic. And I will say this though, I did notice today when I was flying the Salties Mod 747, so basically the mod to the Azobo 747, it doesn't float as much. I was kind of impressed by that. And don't get me wrong, you know, the airplane weighs a significant crap load more than anything else, but it doesn't float as much for landing, so I was pretty impressed with that. And yeah, Muse, I totally agree with you on that. Absolutely. The aircrafts are definitely light years ahead system-wise and physics-wise. You know, I think... How should I say this? So physics-wise, at least in FS 2020, I think that two or three that come the closest is the Aerosoft CRJ, the working Title Mod CJ4, and even potentially the A320neo fly-by-wire. But the problem with the fly-by-wire mod is it almost still listens to the sim too much. At least as far as physics goes, like it just does not want to have very much disconnect. So there's that too. And you know what, folks? I totally forgot to turn on Streamlabs chatbot. Let me take care of that really quick. Yeah, like I said, I feel like I'm behind on getting everything done today, and I think it was just because I've been so focused on other things. I'm actually looking at buying a microphone arm finally, but what I actually did is I set up this different setup for my microphone. I actually put some books on top of my flight yoke for now to get my microphone at about mouth level, and I mainly did that just to see how it would sound with better proximity effects, so that way I'm not speaking down to it. And I'm still only about an arm's length away from the microphone, so a half an arm's length, so it's not too bad. Still sounds pretty good. Yeah, you know, and that's what I'm wondering, MSFS. What are they going to break this week? I mean, you know, look, I get that, you know, they want to add in some really cool features and stuff. You know, they want to make the simulator more beautiful, but just quit breaking my stuff. I just want to fly and enjoy it, right? Or better yet, how about this? They quit breaking everything and just do what they were intending to do in the first place, right? Let's take a look at this sun as it's coming up here, folks. You know you make me wanna kick my heels. Whoa, there we go. Complete Freedom here in the chat as well. Welcome, Complete Freedom. Glad to have you join in here today as we fly from Bangkok, Thailand over to Hong Kong in China. We're going to Kai Tak today. I'm definitely excited about this flight, and you know what, Canesto, thank you so much for correcting me earlier, because I'm pretty sure a million people would have noticed. They probably still did. They'll probably even notice in the VOD even, but that's okay though. That's totally fine. But I'm just glad that we're starting to grow a little bit more too. You know, I think we're up to 253 followers now, so it's getting exciting to see the growth that we're actually starting to experience now. But folks, just absolutely beautiful flight. We're coming up here in the sunrise, and so we'll be landing here with the sun out here in Hong Kong, and I'm definitely excited about that. Yeah, you know, and that's the thing, MSEP, and you know, that's the truth. So the initial update from the last one broke quite a bit. The FPS in the simulator dropped a lot, so at this point maybe we'll see some, hopefully, them not trying to break other models. I mean, I don't think what they did was necessary last time to make things work, but the little optimizations they did on this last update brought my FPS back. Like, I mean, right now, you know, I'm flying on Ultra into Hong Kong, which is kind of cool, on 1080, so I'm excited about that. I'm excited I can do that again. And don't get me wrong, you know, it doesn't take much on 1080 to run Ultra. I mean, yeah, I've got a couple settings tweaked here and there to lower the impact on the hardware, make it a little bit more of a smoother experience. But I think most of that realistically is done on my end to just make sure OBS stays smooth. That's the biggest thing. I mean, OBS, if it wasn't for the fact that OBS needs certain things, especially a lot of certain resources that I really hate giving it all the time, I honestly think I'd be able to run FS 2020 probably on Ultra all the time. Confucius says, man, go through turnstile sideways going to Bangkok. That's amazing. They're Complete Freedom. That's awesome. But yeah, I'm just grateful to have you guys on board again today. And like I said, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day as we proceed along here over to Kai Tak. So. Absolutely, Complete Freedom, and I do definitely appreciate the laugh. I always appreciate the laughs here. But yeah, I did some experimenting. Actually, recently I was working on my chatbot a lot, and I've got my chatbot now refreshing its OAuth tokens every 15 minutes. So, therefore, I will never have to mess with my chatbot again. I mean, eventually I want to get PhantomBot set up so that the entire integration of it will do my stream, my command changes for my stream as well, but that's a little bit more that I'm gonna have to do some coding with on the API to actually get Slob's remote to work a little bit better, at least over the internet. Right now I'm using Streamlabs chatbot to pull that off, and Streamlabs chatbot also works with my emotes as well. Speaking of Streamlabs chatbot though, I just remembered, since I did reset the passwords, I'm going to need to update that here as well in Streamlabs chatbot to get it fully functional. So, oh, if it's not something, it's another. But like I said, guys, I did this mainly to get everything a little bit more functional and just working the way it should be. Let's see here real quick. I need to grab some new OAuth tokens. Generate a token here. Quasi Guru bot. Let me get this logged in here real quick so we can get our emote sounds back up as well. There we go, grab that, and we're gonna pop back over to Streamlabs chatbot. Come on, Quasi Guru bot. Let's get that started up here again. Log in. Alright guys, give me 1 second here. I need to grab my phone. It's not sitting too far away from me, but I need to grab my phone so I can authorize everything back up here. Give me 1 second here, folks. I will be right back. I know everyone probably thought I was going to disappear forever, but I would never do that to you guys. I definitely love hanging out with you guys and love having these flights with you as well. You know, even on days when, you know, we have these flights and, you know, people don't have time to join in or got something else going on, that doesn't bother me either, because you guys always come to join in the chat. So I always appreciate that, and I think that's probably one of the biggest beneficial things is you guys always come to join in regardless. So it's fun. It's fun. And like I said, guys, you know, I want to trade this for the world, not for the world, for anything. So yeah, so the autopilot is currently flying the airplane, Mercy Town. That is currently flying the airplane while I'm currently doing other things. So yeah, let's take a look here really quick. I need to do one more thing here, and I'm trying to find, just need to add in my authorization here for my other app, and we should be good to go with Streamlabs chatbot again. Give it a new OAuth token. I wish this could be auto updated, but it can't. At least until I can get my integration done a little bit better. Then at that point, I won't even have to worry about it again. Let's see here really quick. Remember, submit. Let's go and get this one connected too. Authorize, connect. Let's see here, that should... Oh, man. What a burn, what a burn. But yeah, you know, I definitely love 14AD. Definitely wonderful person that, you know, I love to fly with here on the stream, whether it's on my stream or on his, folks. If you guys don't know 14AD, go take a look at 14AD's channel. Excellent streamer. He's learned a lot since he started streaming. Let's see if everything's back up. Come on, stream that shit. There we go. Nope. That's right, exactly. Too bad he's not here to defend himself on this one. Nice, okay, that is working. Alright, so I've got Streamlabs chatbot back up too. Let's get back here in the airplane and let's take a look at about how far we are out. So we are looking at about, let's see here really quick, we are a total of, go to MFD Advanced so I can go to next page here. Currently 801 nautical miles away, so a little over an hour or so. Let's get our speed also back up here. top of climb. I'm going to go and change this around too. Let's go ahead and take care of our perf INET data. Let's change our flight level here to flight level 290 because that's what I decided to level off at. We'll go and execute that. And then that way we'll have a brand new recalculation for everything else as well. All right, here we go, folks, though. Here we go. Oh, no, you're totally fine, Complete Freedom. I you know, honestly, we all know it's fun, you know? I mean, you know, 14, I'm pretty sure would take it well anyway. You know, 14's always pretty good at taking the punches and stuff and just, you know, having fun with the rest of us. So that's really all that matters. But yeah, absolutely kind of cool though that we're just, you know, coming up through the sunset here, all the way over into Hong Kong. And once again, folks, it'll be about another 2 hours or so for this flight. We've currently been in the flight now for 27 minutes and 47 seconds. So like I said, about another 2 hours, we'll be back down on the ground, and we'll see how everything goes here. But it looks like I'm not picking up airspeed though. It's kind of interesting. Let's take a look at our ground speed. Ground speed's at 378, 379. Don't know why I'm not picking up airspeed. Let's see here. Yeah, ground speed's at 382, 383. True airspeed's at 374. So yeah, we don't even have that much of winds either. So I'm kind of curious what is the issue holding us back on our speed. I don't know. I know I've had this issue before with the CRJ, and it sometimes can be a really finicky aircraft, and mainly it's when you start to get icing in the sim. And even though you can disable icing here in FS 2020, it still affects the CRJ. And I don't totally understand how that works. All right, sounds good, Complete Freedom. Enjoy your studying, my friend, and I know you got that PPL check ride coming up very soon, so hit those books as hard as you can so that way you can do your best to pass it on the first go-around. So, did I say go-around? I don't want you to go around for that. I want you to keep just pushing through, okay? Just push through and get it done. All right, here we go. We're accelerating now, finally, it looks like. I don't know. I don't know what's holding our airspeed back. That's got me a little bit thrown. We should be moving a lot faster than this, but we'll just go ahead and leave it as is right now and just let the airplane fly. We are on live weather. What happens if I go to clear skies? Speed increases, okay. I think I might let the speed get back up here. I'm gonna let the speed increase here for a little bit and just see if jumping back to live weather all of a sudden is fine, or if we're gonna maintain about the same. Well, we're climbing in speed now, so I'm not too worried about it. We're just going to let it climb in speed and do its own thing as we make our way in here into Hong Kong. But welcome everybody to the Quasi Guru Twitch channel. I'm glad to have you guys join along today as we make our way into Kai Tak. First time I've made the flight in there myself. I did just install the Kai Tak airport today. I made the announcement yesterday we're going to fly into there, but I installed it today. I took off from Kai Tak with a 747 and I circled and landed like 3 or 4 times. I was debating whether or not I was going to fly it on stream, but I was having some issues here and there with the FMS on the 7.4, so I said, you know what, let's go ahead and fly something I'm a little bit better with, like the CRJ, or I was potentially thinking about flying the CJ4, but at least with the CRJ, it's still not as nimble as the CJ4, so it'll be a little bit more fun to actually make that runway 13 approach there visual into Kai Tak. But hope you're all having a wonderful day. Hopefully everything's going good for you, and stick around, guys, because I think sometime maybe this week or next, I think we're probably going to do a Navigraph giveaway. Now that's going to be done probably through PayPal because Navigraph doesn't have a gift card option or a way to gift. I've emailed them and tried to see if I could get that done, but definitely want to try to give away the gift of Navigraph. It's absolutely wonderful, folks. I love it, and I'll tell you this, it's one of those things that if you're really serious into flight simming and you want to really get somewhere with it, Navigraph is a great add-on to your simulator. It gives you real-world Jeppesen charts that are at a moment's reach that you literally can just pull up Navigraph, type in your iCows, or even pull down your flight plan from SimBrief. You can follow your airplane on the map, including on airport charts too, which is absolutely incredible. So if you ever have taxi anxiety, Navigraph's there to save you from that. And I do a lot of flying on VATSIM. So with that being said, I think recently I checked my VATSIM time and I was like at 120 some hours on VATSIM. So most everything I do is on VATSIM anyway, guys. You know, I generally do the Monday fly-alongs. Those are off of VATSIM, of course. But other than that, though, I'm generally on the VATSIM network, especially on the Wednesday, Friday streams, flying along, and that's what I like to do. I love VATSIM, love dealing with ATC, and, you know, meeting cool people like Ground Point Niner and Adastros Gaming. You know, just name a couple there, you know, that do controlling, and it's absolutely incredible. It's so much fun to join in with people like them while they're streaming, and, you know, flying along in their airspaces to get some controller talk going. So it's always fun. But guys, remember something here, and I'm just going to bring this up really quick. Look, you know what? So VATSIM is one of those networks that I would say try to at least make sure that you have working knowledge of an airplane, of your sim, of what you're flying before you get on the network. I hear a lot from some people where they start to go crazy on controllers and stuff, and, you know, controllers are trying to do the best they can. They're trying to maintain safe separation between airplanes, and in order for them to be able to do that, you got to know how to fly your airplane, right? So don't just get on the network and assume that they're going to tell you how to do everything. Don't expect them to vector you to every little place, right? I was talking with a controller the other night, and he said that he has sometimes aircrafts requesting vectoring from 150 miles away from their airports. So that's absolutely crazy to think that, though, you know. But yeah, it's nice to see you guys join in here today. Starting to see some other flight simmers start to come online too. So who knows who we'll send a raid to after we're done today. But like I said, though, I'm really excited for Mr. Pilot 222. He's starting to get really close to that 1,000 number as far as I'm concerned. So he's definitely making some progress. He's been pushing pretty hard, and excited to see what comes next for Mr. Pilot here as he progresses. Actually, right now, I'm just looking over his channel. He's at 821 followers right now. 821, folks. Absolutely insane. But I'm grateful for that. You know, he's doing absolutely incredible, and I just love seeing him build up what he's built up already. And I know he's in the works of thinking up something similar to like what Sky Command did, you know, for the Butter Club, right? Like he wants to find a name to give the entire Mr. Pilot 222 crew, and I'm gonna work on something similar myself here soon too, but I don't know what it's gonna be yet. And I'm open for suggestions, absolutely open for suggestions if you guys want to make a suggestion as to what you want it to be. Also, guys, I am in my Discord right now, so if you guys would want to join into the chat here on stream, have your voice heard on the stream, go ahead and drop into my Discord and join the Quasi Guru live stream voice channel. That way you guys can go ahead and join into the chat. But yeah, we're currently up to 11 viewers now, so welcome everybody that's in here, and I hope you're having a fantastic start to your day and your weeks, and hopefully everything's going okay for you. Hopefully everything's going good. So I feel like I'm constantly, I don't know about you guys, but do you guys ever feel like, you know, when you're streaming Flight Simulator or something, that you constantly lose your tags that you've added to the stream? Do you ever feel like that? Because I feel like that happens to me every time I click go live, and I don't lose them all. I'll lose maybe a handful of tags, but it's really bizarre because even in slobs, when I start my stream up, yeah, it only shows maybe 2 tags in there, but that's because slobs doesn't really have much of a selection anyway. But every time I come into Twitch, like, it'll drop maybe a couple tags off, and I've generally got like 5 or 6 tags at a time for the stream. So I don't know if anyone else is like that, but it's something that happens in my stream as well. So but yeah, we're at least making our way here into Hong Kong, and we have been in the air now for 36 minutes and 13 seconds. So slots 5. What's slots 5, Canesto? Okay, now Canesto's trying to make up commands. So guys, recently I gave Canesto my username and password for my chatbot. I'm waiting for him to start adding commands. I'm waiting to see what he does. But he very well could start doing it very soon too, so. There you go, Canesto. There you go. Slot, that's right, slot. Let's change up the music here, right? Let's get something maybe a little bit more upbeat. Let's see what we got here. There we go. I think that's working now. At least I hope so. Trying to find something here good to play. Let's see here. Mainly listen to stream beats, but oh wait, I think this one's good. Sunset. There we go. Let's try this out. How's the audio level, Canesto? Is it good between the music and my voice? Awesome. I just want to make sure before I start going crazy here trying to find a good song to play. Ooh, RGB Renaissance. What's that about? All right, Mercy Town, you have a good rest of your day, and I'll catch up with you sometime later, okay? Sounds good. Thank you so much. You take care of yourself. Keeping up airspeed seems to be difficult right now, and I don't know why. It's kind of weird. Bye. I think it's maybe time to wake up the rest of the people that are sleeping in the cabin. Should we do it? Should we do it? Should we go full manual for a minute? There we go. There we go. Autopilot's coming back on. There we go. There we go, Canesto. You got it timed out just well now. Just right. Just right. So how's everyone's day been so far? What have you guys been up to today? What's been going on in the lives of the people viewing the channel? Because I feel like I did, like, myself, I did a lot of sleeping today, but then I also did some other work on some other things like the stream and just working on stuff. So, you know, just trying to get stuff done. Homework, Canesto, just homework, huh? I gotcha. I gotcha. I totally understand. Trying to see who all's in here right now, because I know there's quite a few that I think are lurking right now here in chat. Let's see here, we've got Complete Freedom, Mercy Town, Mr. Pilot's in here watching. I see. Mr. Pilot's been quiet. He's been quiet. Chris is in here too, Chris Cox. Ramp check. Trying to find some other music to play right now. I think eventually I'm probably gonna do like Pretzel Rocks or something here on stream too. The problem is I like to do everything through YouTube Music and I don't really have that option. Not for Pretzel Rocks at least, so. Let's see here. Ooh, Waves album. I haven't listened to that one yet. There we go. Area is so beautiful. The area is really beautiful though. I love this area. There we go. That's kind of fun. There we go. I know Mr. Pilot will probably pop into the chat when we're landing in Kaitak. I'm sure he'll pop in then. I know that he actually had the experience, I think, on someone's 737 home simulator or more of a professional simulator to land in Kaitak, so it was actually kind of cool. It's actually kind of cool, but like I said, this for me is kind of like my first go at it, so. I mean, like I said earlier, I logged in, I went on, I checked, and I flew the 747, and I actually did a pattern basically over there, and flew the visual as you should at least. So, you know, it was a really long pattern because I was in a 7.4, but it turned out pretty well. The problem is I'm just not very experienced with the FMS on the 7.4, at least on the Dash 8, to do much with. So I said, you know what, I'll fly the CRJ today at least. I mean, it's not as fast, it's close to at least. I mean, we'll get there kind of as quick as we would in the 7.4, but fly the CRJ today into Kaitak and just enjoy the flight, you know. So, but yeah, folks, if you're interested in joining along, USA East, all players, and if you add me as a friend, you'll be able to pick me out in the air and just go ahead and depart from that location. We're not on Batson today, so no worries about any ATC anxiety. Just feel free to join in, you know. Let's have some fun flying together. So.
Unidentified aircraft.
Whoa! Yoshi's Butt should follow the Quasi Guru Twitch channel. Thank you so much, Yoshi's Butt. I hope you're having a great day yourself. But welcome, glad to see you follow with us along. That definitely threw me off, not gonna lie. I mean, you know, some of the Twitch usernames I see, I love them. Like, I'll start laughing, I'll get a good chuckle out of it. Definitely appreciate you following the channel. Welcome here, and hopefully you're having a good day yourself. And we're flying into Kai Tak in Hong Kong. We'll be there in about, let's see here, how long we've been up in the air now at this point? Let's take a look. So we've been up in the air for about 47 minutes, so we'll be there in about an hour and 45 minutes or so, at least, over to Kai Tak. We'll be descending in about an hour and 23 down to 8,000 feet, and then from there we'll be descending all the way down towards the airport. So once again, folks, thanks again for joining with the Quasi Guru Twitch channel, and hope you're having a wonderful day yourselves as we make our way here. Yeah, folks, so every Monday I do the Run What You Brung Monday Fly Along. This is USA East right now, and like I said, if you add me as a friend on Flight Sim 2020, literally same name as I have here on Twitch, Quasi Guru, you'll be able to join me up in the air. We're on USA East, all players, and you'll be able to join us in going into Kai Tak. Now, Kai Tak is a additional airport that you'll have to download. I'll go ahead and I'll drop that link here into the chat. It's a free airport, though, from flightsim.to, so feel free to grab it, throw it in your community folders, launch up Flight Sim 2020. That way you'll be able to join us on our flight into Kai Tak here. I'm always so amazed by the simulator, though. You know, it's absolutely gorgeous. The clouds are beautiful. I mean, it doesn't really get, as far as I'm concerned, much better than this. It really doesn't. I mean, look at this. Isn't this gorgeous right now? Just gorgeous. I backed a horse last week at 10 to 1. It came in at 4:15. But yeah, I love the way the simulator makes clouds. And don't get me wrong, you know, I could be running Rex, but Rex is having some bugs with the simulator with massive FPS dropouts right now, so not running Rex, but it's still really pretty, though, to see live weather on in Flight Sim 2020. I don't care who you are. It's a beautiful simulator. It really is. But yeah, today, folks, we're on the CRJ700 Spirit livery right now, flying from Bangkok, Thailand, over to Hong Kong, Kai Tak Airport. So that's the old airport that used to exist. I think the last flights done in and out of there were back in the late 90s, if I remember correct. So the airport's been shut down for about 20 years. To me, though, it's a very similar experience to like Merrill C. Meigs Field in Chicago when it existed before it was torn down. Now Kai Tak is actually basically like a shopping market area, so it's unfortunate that they got rid of it, but it wasn't always the most safe airport to fly into anyway, because on approach you would deal with a lot of wind shear issues, mainly because of the mountains plus all the buildings that are around you. But you guys will see what I'm talking about here in a little bit when we actually arrive. It's a really beautiful approach. It's a lot of fun to make this approach into Kai Tak, and I don't know, you know, it's just it's something else here in the flight simulator that I actually enjoy seeing. So but yeah, folks, I'll probably be also adding some channel point redemption items as well. So currently we do have some channel point redemption items that you can have these little GIF or video overlays here on the channel as well. And those are all 500 points. But if you look into your channel redemption area, we've got the gear up, the butter, the rollover, the autopilot, and the toga. We also have a hydrate option, folks, and a choose the departure. The rest is basic Twitch stuff that's just, you know, normal with most channels. So, but eventually, though, I want to do something like a spicy food challenge or something, you know, where I'm like eating like a really hot wing or something. I know Mr. Pilot does the Vegemite bites, and God love him for it. You know, I'm just shocked I'm shocked he can put up with it, especially for me at times. Like, I came in the other day right when I should have been sleeping, and so I drop in a Vegemite bite, and then I send a message, and I'm like, eat up. First thing I say to him, the whole time, not a hello, nothing else. I drop a Vegemite bite, and I say, eat up. Yeah, I know. I'm terrible. I really am. But I think we'll go ahead and let this descend down into Kitech basically on its own. So I'm going to click the VNAV button right now just to at least get that set up. I'm going to drop our altitude down to the ground basically. At least get the altitude set up there. That way this will descend on its own without any input from me. But yeah, like I said, hopefully everyone's having a good day, and I do see that we got new viewers coming in here occasionally. I hope you guys are having a good day yourselves, and you know, if you're not, always remember this, guys. At the end of the day, that no matter what happens, right, things in your life can always get better, right? You have to give it a chance, though, because if you don't, then at that point, you're never gonna know. I've struggled with that a lot in my life, where, you know, I thought to myself that things aren't going to improve, and I've had some really rough moments in my life, some really dark moments in my life, and I'll tell you what, I've learned over time that it takes time for things to change, right? It takes time for things to get better, and you always have to keep reminding yourself that, because if you don't, then you're at this point of wanting to give up. There's this contention that you're like living with, and it's not worth living with that contention all the time, right? You kind of want to just be able to push forward, be able to enjoy things. And you know, for me at least, Flight Sim 2020 has been kind of one of those things where I can jump on, I can stream this with other people and have fun, fly with friends, and I'll tell you what, it's definitely put me in a better place throughout the entire time I've been doing it, and the people that I've met at least have been absolutely incredible. Folks, I need to get my first officer out really quick. Give me a second. I'm gonna get my first officer out and show you guys my first officer here, and glad to have you all join along. Give me one moment here. There we go. Okay, I got my first officer out. So the reason why my channel name is Quasi Guru, if you guys don't know, it's because I've got a bearded dragon. His name's Quasimodo. Now, what had happened is I picked him up at a PetSmart. I actually adopted him from there. A free adoption. When I got him, I was actually holding one of their other bearded dragons that they had, and I've always been told never buy your exotics from a large retail pet store, and part of the reason is a lot of bigger retail pet stores don't really take very good care of exotic animals, so you're always kind of on this fence of, is it going to be a healthy animal or not, right? Now, for this animal here, Quasimodo, when I got him, he needed some special attention and care. He's got what's called MBD, which is metabolic bone disorder. Now, he got it when he was a baby. I had a little hump in his back, and he's still got a small little hump in his back. It's not too severe as it used to be, but he is my bearded dragon, and he is maybe a little bit stunted in growth because of the MBD. But aside from that, though, he is a very good boy. He's always good to me. He always treats me well, and this is Quasimodo, everybody. And so the guru part, though, comes from a friend of mine. So I've done a lot of IT work over the years, and so I helped a friend build a computer, and he always used to call me his guru because I kind of always knew what I was doing, and if he needed something, he'd be able to, you know, approach me and say, hey, can you help me with this? And I could say, yeah, I could. So he was called me his guru. But yeah, so this is Quasimodo, and that's the reason why I am Quasi Guru. So just a little more, you know, right? So. But you got my first officer here with me today, and you know, if the autopilot stops working and I'm not sitting down, he'll fly the plane instead, right? He's like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know if I can do that, but I'll try. He's like, I will try. I'll try to give it a go. Why two croutons come in airtight package? Just stale bread to begin with. So true, though. So true. That's basically all croutons are, is stale bread. And I know, guys, it's a longer flight that I'm doing today, and the longer flights, it's a little bit harder to get people to join them sometimes, but I decided, you know what, for the heck of it, let's see how it turns out, and let's have a fun flight here with some beautiful scenery, especially coming into Hong Kong, so... Hello? Come on. There we go. There we go. Yeah. About an hour into our flight already, folks. About an hour in. Got about another hour and 15, hour and 20 to go probably until we land. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I deleted one of my waypoints, and now the VNAV's not giving me the mileage or the time to destination, so it's kind of weird. I know it's kind of a bug that exists here in the FMS, at least, especially if you're in VNAV mode. It's just funny, you know, I delete one point and then all of a sudden it's an issue, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. Actually, I think I know what caused it. Let me do this. Oh, I don't want to reselect it though, because if I reselect it, that might mean I have to re-enter delete a whole bunch of legs again. I don't want to do that either if I don't have to. Whoa, that's bizarre. Flew through this big cloud system and now we've got basically clear skies ahead of us. That's really crazy. What you doing? Okay. Yeah, I need to feed him some bugs. He's probably hungry right now. Alright guys, give me a minute here. I'm gonna go ahead and feed my bearded dragon, get him fed, so he's nice and happy. And I will be right back, okay? I will be right back. Canesto, keep the chat entertained for me, okay? bedroom's finally cooling down. I had to open up my window, get a fan going, get my ceiling fan going, and here we go. My bedroom's finally starting to cool down, and plus I fed my dragon too, so he's pretty happy right now. At least I think he is. Who knows, you know? He could be sizing me up while I'm sleeping too. I have no idea. No idea. Welcome back, Chris Cox. Glad to have you join in today, folks. If you don't know Chris Cox, you can take a look at him. Excellent graphic designer, folks. He makes emotes for people on the in our community, everyone's community. So basically, guys, if you want an emote, go reach out to Chris Cox. Excellent graphic designer. He also does some other cool things too. He'll design like women's clothing and stuff, you know, on inside of like Vector and all this other stuff, guys. So freaking cool. Go take a look at him. He designed one of my emotes as well too, the Quasi Guru tape.
I am speed.
That's right, exactly. But yeah, he designed one of my emotes too, so kind of cool, folks. I had a friend that designed the rest of mine, but yeah, I'm definitely, like I said, I'm interested in getting something new done. I had complete freedom to make a recommendation recently on a new emote for my channel, so I'm kind of getting into the idea of getting a 5th emote created that's for tier 1. Still want to do something for tier 2 and tier 3. I haven't done that yet. I also need to work on maybe getting other badges created and stuff. I've basically been kind of basic with stuff like that, but I also want to get a channel, kind of like a channel brand logo made too, which I haven't done that, so eventually I'll probably do that. And then when we hit maybe, I don't know, probably 500 followers or something, I'll probably do like a Quasi Guru merch or something like that. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that yet, but we'll see what happens here. So but welcome to the stream. Glad to have you on board, Chris Cox. We're currently flying from Bangkok to Hong Kong to Kai-Tak. So, all right, no problem, Canesta. We'll see you in a bit. Have a good one, and we'll catch you here in a little bit. But yeah, we're about a little over an hour into our flight right now, so we'll have a little under maybe an hour and a half or so to go to make it over to Hong Kong. But Kai-Tak Airport was one of those airports that about 20 years ago or so was finally shut down, but it was absolutely gorgeous. Basically sat right on the edge of Hong Kong, and you'd make the approach through the city, a very low approach, and you would make this right 45-degree turn right before Checkerboard Hill to line up with the runway. It was absolutely cool. In fact, even the rabbit lights leading up to the runway were curved to show that. So kind of cool, a little bit different for an approach, and once again, it's free scenery for Flight Sim, so you know, you go to flightsim.to, you can grab Kai-Tak for free. And folks, if you'd like to, we are currently on all players, so USA East all players. You can add me as a friend here on Xbox Live. It's Quasi Guru is my gamer tag, and then you can easily select me in the air to go ahead and join in on the flight. But once again, folks, I hope you're having a great day, and I hope everything's going well for you. I know Canesto's been crazy busy with homework, so you know what, we'll let Canesto get his homework done, and once again, guys, I hope you're having a good time, right? So yeah, I'm just, you know, guys, here I am. I'm just listening to some stream beats. So, guys, if you have any suggestions for stream beats music you'd like to hear, anything that is DMCA free, feel free to make the suggestions. I'm definitely willing to play anything you guys can make a suggestion on, as long as it's copyright free here. So but yeah, I'm also working on my audio setup a little bit here too. So little over, was it last week? So yeah, the beginning of last week, I got a Razer Siren Mini donated to the channel by one of the fellow fans here on the channel, so it was nice to see that just show up at the house. I had no idea it was coming, but needless to say, a fan donated that to me, and I've been playing with it a little bit. I've basically got my filters where I want them, but now I'm working on possibly getting an arm mount for it, but I haven't done it yet because I wanted to see if the distance that I have it set up at is going to work okay for the way I need it to sound. And right now, I've actually got a couple books on top of my Honeycomb Alpha yoke, and then the microphone sitting directly on top of that. And honestly, from the testing I did earlier, and I think from the way it probably sounds on stream right now, I'm pretty sure it's golden. This is probably how I'm going to leave the setup for now on. Of course, I want to get a microphone arm so it's a little bit more easy to set up, and I'm not blocking a lot of my screen doing it, but at least we've got something that's functional for the channel. And it definitely sounds a lot better than the headphone microphone sound. The headphone microphone was just very, how should I put it, very muddy sounding. The Razer Siren Mini has some pretty good sound out of it. You know, honestly, I was initially thinking about with the Twitch money I made last month, that was what I was going to do. I was going to upgrade my audio. I was going to pick up a Focusrite Scarlett and a Rode Pod mic, and get a microphone arm and get the whole shebang. But honestly, this Razer Siren Mini sounds pretty good, I think, personally. So I'm pretty happy with it. I am. So I don't know if you guys know or not, but Ludwig, he's another Twitch streamer. Now, he does not do flight sim, but does a whole bunch of other basic stuff. But guys, he's been streaming now for over 29 days. Okay, and he's gonna hit the maximum 31 days here. I think 29 or 30 days at this point. I think he's got 1 or 2 days left. But needless to say, folks, he'll be ending his stream here in a bit. But I think he'll be for the longest Twitch stream ever done. But the way he did it was kind of interesting. So he had this subscriber setup where you would literally have to subscribe. A subscriber would have to be dropped in, and he's got a timer on the stream that controls whether or not the stream stays live. So every subscriber, or every, I think, 100 bits, I believe it was, or every 500 bits, every 500 bits or subscriber would add 10 seconds on to the timer. And so needless to say, he's like above 245,000 subscribers right now, and I think most of them probably came from this came from this subathon, as he's personally dubbed it. So kind of interesting. You know, I always kind of wonder what would happen, you know, if someone here in the flight sim community would do it. Would we be able to maintain subscriber count long enough to keep the stream up for even nearly that long? I don't think so personally, but you know what, I could be wrong. But it's kind of interesting. He still does sleep, he still showers, he still eats, but he's got his mods also running videos in the background, so people are still joining in. Right now he's got 36,000 viewers. Right now, 36,000 viewers, and I'm saying that, and here I am with 7, right? So but like I said, guys, you know, viewer count to me is not a personal necessity, right? Like, I mean, just having people join in that you can spend time with, hang out with, and talk, and potentially have people join in with you on these flights just makes it so much more enjoyable, right? And absolutely love the emotes, absolutely love having those features to you know, make the stream a little bit more enjoyable. So, and once again, guys, I hope you guys are enjoying the stream as well. And guys, if you have any suggestions for the stream, anything you would like to see done differently, or maybe flights you would like to suggest for us to make, drop into my Discord. Feel free to message me, and we can discuss those there. Oh, look at that. That's actually kind of funny. So my timer and my Discord drop were actually about the same time. So, but yeah, folks, like I said, if you'd like to join in, feel free to join in the Discord. Love to have you join in there. Make any suggestions you want on the stream, anything you'd like to see done differently, or anything you'd like to see us do more as a channel to possibly grow. I'm definitely open to suggestions. So. But yeah, like I said, we're USA players all east right now, heading to Kaitac. If you'd like to join in, feel free to add me as a friend on Flight Sim 2020. The username is QuasiGuru, so just the same way it's spelled here on Twitch. You can go ahead and join in on the sim and fly with us. But yeah, we've got about another, let's see here, we've been up in the air now for an hour and 12 minutes. So we got about an hour and 15 minutes left until we land in Kaitac. But once again, it's a really cool approach. I'm sure you'll all enjoy it, and I'm definitely going to enjoy it. Like I said, I flew earlier in Kaitac. I took the 747 in a traffic pattern, and I was trying to see how smooth I can make it. Then I was having some issues with the FMS, and I was like, well, it's like, instead of flying the 747, we'll just fly the CRJ today. And today we are in the Spirit livery of the CRJ, and you know, I would generally say we're trying to catch Slayer, right? But the sun's not setting today, it is coming up, so. But yeah, we took off while the sun was coming up. We kind of had a Lion King sunrise, and now we got the sun up as we come into Hong Kong. So it'll make it a little bit more interesting there for the approach, and you'll be able to see a lot more of Hong Kong as we come up to the final there and make that final 45-degree turn, because believe me, folks, it is a visual all the way up into Hong Kong, so it's kind of interesting. But we'll be making a final 45-degree turn, and then we'll be descending pretty quick there to the runway. And guys, once again, thank you for joining up the Quasi Guru Twitch channel. Hope you're all having a fantastic day yourselves, and we'll just keep this going, right? Got about 51 minutes until top of descent. I've already armed VNAV too, and I set our altitude for about 600 feet off the ground. I do want to check over the charts really quick again though, because Kinesto did send those in the chat, so those charts are not existent in Navigraph because it is not an airport that exists anymore. So let's go and take a look at those charts that he sent. I believe he sent them earlier. Let's take a look here if I can find them again. They were sent at the beginning of the stream. I cannot find them now, but that's okay. So I wanted to get runway height. That's all I wanted to get, was just runway height. But not a big deal though, not a big deal. We don't necessarily need runway height. We'll just figure it out on the approach, right? I think it's CH. I might just bring us down a little bit more though. I think maybe 2,000 feet. Maybe that'll work. That's down to 14, between 215 and 14. Let's set CH to 2,000 feet. Execute that. That looks good. All right, there we go. There we go. That's all set up, and like I said, not too much longer we'll be starting our descent, and we will see the beautiful Kai Tak Airport. Ah, there we go. That's what I was missing. Okay, that's better. Now that I can see that again, I'm happy. And folks, once again, if you would like to, feel free to join into the Discord. I'm in there as well, so if you'd like to talk in the chat, you can feel free to jump in there and chat with us as well. And that we can also be here on the live stream chatting with us, and maybe even make a guest appearance, right? So love it when people can join in. Do love it when people can join in. I turned that on. I should have turned that on. Let's see here. Oh, man. So I think after this, I'm probably going to, besides send somebody to raid, I'm probably going to go back out and work for a bit, I think. It's been one of those days. I just want to go out and make some money, go have some fun, do something, you know? That way it's easier to pay for the streaming hobby. I'm telling you, streaming gets expensive so fast. I think we forget how expensive streaming can get until you start to do it. That's when you notice it then, you know, so... There we go. Yeah, but folks, on our way to Kai Tak here, about another, let's see here real quick. We got about about 80 minutes in, so we got about an hour and 10 to go, maybe max, until we're in Kai Tak there. So, but yeah, welcome to the stream. Glad you're joining with us today as we're making this flight. And once again, hope you guys are doing okay. You know, feel free to speak out in the chat. You know, if you're here, I'd love to talk with you guys, and just enjoying the flight right now as we make our way here. Also working on some more custom views, at least trying to get those set up, but still trying to figure out how to get the custom views set up for the airplane itself, right? So like, I know how to do those, but like, I want to save some of these as actual exterior custom views in like drone cam mode. Like, that's the problem that I'm having, is actually figuring out how to do that. I can't figure out how to do the custom views on the drone cam. Because once I can do that, I'll be a little bit more confident with setting up some of these things. But yeah, just getting the custom views right is kind of a challenge and a struggle at times, so. See how many miles we're out now. Come take a look down here, go to MFD data, MFD advance, and we will just take a look here on our current mileage here to the final. About 364 nautical miles out. Folks, we're currently moving at a rate of about... Oh, we're actually cooking it right now. So actually, at this speed, we'll be there in under an hour. That's beautiful. Yeah, we'll be there in under an hour, it looks like. So that's good. That's good. Means a little bit less time until we're actually able to touch down in Kai Tak, so. There we go. Guess there's a lot of people streaming right now. So we've got Dane Flat streaming right now, Live Fly Guy, Sky Command streaming right now. Also have Pilot Guy 335i, Miss Mara Plays. Yep, those are the people that I'm currently showing streaming that I have followed right now here on Twitch. Anyone have a suggestion for who we rate after this? Anyone at all? We just changed waypoints, we're about to, yep. Alright, here we go again, guys. I'm gonna wake everybody up again. Autopilot off. Pitch up. Here we go. And autopilot's back on. Oh yeah, I forgot there's that Las Vegas FATSM event going on today. But since this is the normal fly-along day, I decided to, you know, do a fly-along stream, so... See, Dane's in the CRJ right now. Ourselves back down to 29,000 feet here, and we'll go ahead and just do another altitude lock. It's already bugged VNAV, so I'm not too worried about that, but we do need to do an altitude lock here. Try to get us leveled out at least. Right altitude. Altitude set, there we go. There we go, 29,000, and then can bring VNAV back on. Uh-oh, nope, let's do altitude lock again. Back to 29,000. There we go. Get that set back up. Then I will resync my autopilot here for the correct altitude coming down for the VNAV. So like I said, we'll be descending pretty shortly in this weather because we're getting a pretty decent well, we're getting a pretty decent tailwind. I mean, we were like 500 plus knots there for a moment, so. See here. Right, VNAV's enabled. We'll go ahead and set the altitude now again. Down to 2,000, let's say. Get that barely dialed in here. There we go, 2,000 feet, that'll be good. And just check over my legs page again here really quick before we start that descent. I did bug that one at 2,000, so that should be good. And the rest of this should be gravy then. Should be all good to go. Yeah, but we're back to 510 on our ground speed, and we are only... Let's see here, let's pull that MFD data menu up again. We're only 295 nautical miles away, so we're significantly under an hour here, so about 40 minutes it looks like. See here, it says 0049 for arrival, so yeah, we are 43 minutes away for arrival here. Yep. This is kind of a long hop for a CRJ though. Generally, you're not flying, 1,000 miles in a CRJ. Not saying it's not capable, it's more incapable. It's just you're not flying 1,000 miles. There we go. Just enjoying that sun as we're flying along here. And I need to actually remember here, I'm probably going to open up Flight Recorder 2 here for the landing, so that way we can at least document what we landed at least, right? Get that lot loaded up. Because I always forget to open that, like, last minute. There we go. Alright everybody, I'll be right back again. I'm gonna go grab some more water and I will see you shortly. Hey 14, how are you doing, my friend? Sorry about that. I was away from my desk for a moment to get some more water for myself to drink. It's getting a little bit thirsty here as I'm flying along here over to Kai-Tak. Give me a second here. I'm going to pull my camera back up too. But welcome, 14. Got to run to the store. Hope to be back in time for landing. Okay, wonderful. Well, 14, I'm going to be landing here in about... Let's take a look here really quick. We are currently about 35 minutes away from landing. So hopefully you can make it back before then. If not, totally understand. I'll definitely try to see if I can clip it though. But yep, flying into Kai-Tak today. So definitely an interesting area to fly into. I've never flown into Kai-Tak in the sim. This will be a first for me. I did just recently install the scenery. So, but yeah, it's one of those days, you know. Unfortunately, no one joined us for the fly along, but that's totally fine. You know, I don't mind flying by myself either. But yeah, it's been kind of an interesting day. I hope you're doing okay. Hope Miss 14's doing okay as well. So awesome, sounds good. Wait a second, did my FMS just black out? Oh, there we go. It went to first page. Okay, got it. Now we're down to the first page, so it looks like... Yep, we'll be there just on time, so... Looks good to me so far, at least. But yeah, once we start descending, that's where I'm going to start to really pay attention, because we're flying down into basically these mountain ranges. We'll break into those mountain ranges, and then we break into Hong Kong as a city, and we start a low approach over the city in order to get into Kai-Tak. So definitely an interesting approach, folks. If you haven't done it, I would suggest it. It's a lot of fun. You can download Kai-Tak off flightsim.to. The airport's officially been closed for over 20 years, so that's the reason why it's not a default airport by any means, but it's one of those airports that's definitely iconic. Kind of like how Merrill C. Meigs was really iconic to the city of Chicago, and how you can actually grab that separately now. I would strongly suggest for you guys to get it. Don't mind me though, I'm just eating just a little bit here and getting some water in me as we make this flight here into Kai-Tak, and hopefully it'll be nice, buttery, and smooth when we land there in Kai-Tak. But folks, if you haven't already, feel free to drop an exclamation mark predict into the channel with a space with a minus, and then our landing rate. So CRJ lately I've been getting under 100. I don't know, we may go above 100 today. It's all depending. So I feel like the CRJ is kind of one of those aircraft that never completely forgive you, so you never know how it's going to turn out. We've got about 30 minutes left on this flight, though. We should be at top of descent pretty soon, too. I'm going to just pull up our menu here. So it says 22 minutes until top of descent. Go ahead and just check over the map here. We'll go ahead and zoom out. Make sure that top of descent's indicated. I'm not showing that yet. Let's see here. MFD, let's go to next waypoint. . should give me a top of descent. I don't know why I'm not showing one yet. I'm close enough. Definitely close enough, though. But basically, guys, we're going to go from flight level 290 almost all the way to the ground. I mean, we're basically at sea level here at Kai Tak, so... check to make sure our flight level was still calculated here too. So flight level is 290 to Kai Tak. Winds are in there, that's all good. Just check over VNAV setup. Okay, this all looks good so far. Just making sure we're going to descend. Let's say down to 8,000 by that point. There we go. Let's execute that. There we go. 18 minutes. Next descent point is going to be ID 030. Just making sure it's going to show the right path to go down on. So I'm changing the altitude just to verify, because of course, since this is not a default airport, sometimes altitudes can get messed up on constraints. So it looks like we're good so far. 17 minutes would be at 37, and then we'd have 10 minutes basically to get down to the ground. So we'd be descending at almost 2,900 feet a minute. Seems a little bit aggressive. That seems a little bit aggressive. I think we're going to just go ahead and start our descent now then. So I'm going to go and bug my descent up. I'm going to bug up my altitude a little bit here. We're going to go down to 10,000 feet. Actually, yeah, we'll go down 10. Start our descent now at least. That way we're not getting too aggressive here with the descent. We'll do VS, and we're going to go down by 1,000 feet a minute. So it'll take us 19 minutes to get down to 10. But this will be a much safer, less steep approach coming down into Kai Tak. I don't think we want to make it too violent or aggressive, so... I definitely want to keep the speed up, though. There we go. That looks a lot better. But welcome new viewers to the channel. Hopefully you're having an amazing day as we're starting our descent down into Kai Tak. We're doing a slow descent initially because it looks like VNAV's not grabbing our top of descent like it should be. But that's okay though. We'll go ahead and work with it as we make our approach here into Kai Tak, into Hong Kong. Folks, if you're not very experienced with what Kai Tak is an old airport that was in the city of Hong Kong. It was their main airport that they had. They recently changed over to an airport that's off of an island instead. And that was about 20 or so years ago, so I guess it wasn't recently, but needless to say though, it was a really cool airport because in the approach you fly into downtown Hong Kong and there is a checkerboard hill that you're paying attention to, so you're using this as a visual cue. Once you start getting close to it, you do a 45-degree to hit the runway. It's actually a really cool approach. We're almost there, folks. We're on our descent right now. We should be there in about 21, maybe 20 minutes now at this point, so we're just cruising along here. We've got some pretty good airspeed behind us too. We're doing pretty good here, at least on this on this flight. Let's go ahead and just open up the MFD data page to see how far we're out. So right now it's saying we'll be there at 0045 Zulu, so that's about another 21 minutes or so, 21, 22 minutes. But yeah, I totally forgot there was the VATSIM event today for Vegas, so I would have maybe considered doing that one, but I like doing these fly-along events, but no one today joined along for the fly-along, so I don't know. It's not a big deal. Like I said, I don't mind if no one joins along. I mean, I know I saw people that come in here and watch, so I always appreciate that, but you know, most of my events that I do are VATSIM, so it's kind of nice to break up the monotony every week by having a flight that I do with a group of friends, so... Hey folks, it's officially 20 minutes. I'm still descending at a rate of 1,000 feet a minute. I don't need to increase that descent rate because we are still at about 25,000 feet. So at this point, I'm going to increase that to about 1,500 feet a minute. Because remember, the big thing here is I need to make sure that I get down to basically sea level before I land. It's absolutely crazy. This approach is really cool though. You come in between a whole bunch of mountains. Really cool approach, folks. It's definitely kind of exciting when you're flying this. And realistically, we need to be below 14,000 feet at India Delta Oscar 30. So let's see here really quick. I'm just going to run some real quick numbers here. We've got about 13 minutes until we're there. To be down by 13,000 feet. So yeah, we'll be okay for that. So we'll definitely be in the range there for what the approach would call for into Kai Tak. So Bleed Freedom, so he's off at the store right now. He said he should be back before the landing, but I think his ears might have been burning a little bit. I totally forgot to ask him, to be honest. How's the studying going, Complete? It's going okay? I hope. Yeah, we're almost there. We got about another 19 minutes or so before we land. Oh, yeah. Okay, gotcha. Very cool. Yeah, but folks, if you haven't yet, drop your predictions in the chat for the landing right here at Kai Tak. And we'll see how this turns out. Because honestly, at this point, I have no idea how this is going to turn out. Thank you so much, Complete Freedom, for the prediction at 55. Miss 1480, welcome. How are you feeling? You doing any better? I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. I heard you came down with some symptoms there from the shot. So now, was that your second shot, right? That was your second, right? If I remember correctly. Was it the Moderna or the Pfizer? Because I heard everyone's mainly having issues with the Moderna, with side effects. Oh, second of Pfizer. Okay, gotcha. Did it? Okay. Gotcha. I gotcha. I go in for my first shot on May 20th, and it's going to be the Moderna, so I'm a little bit... I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit nervous just because of hearing some of the side effects that people are having, right? But I guess it's a lot better than actually coming down with COVID, so I'd much rather avoid it the best I can. Wilson 99 and 12, welcome back to the stream. Glad to have you join in here. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day. We're making our descent now into Hong Kong to land in Kai Tak. So we'll be on the ground here in about 16 minutes, I believe. If I speed it up a little bit, we'll be on the ground a little bit sooner than that even, but yeah. So we are coming in for a landing here, but welcome and hello. Glad to see you join in today, and if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that follow button. That way you're notified before we depart, and that way you can catch our landings as well, so you know. But thank you so much for joining in. Glad to see you here. Oh, there we go. Just looking for my hand sanitizing wipes. Here, I'm getting kind of messy eating. Like, I'm coming in for a landing, you know, and I'm eating in the cockpit, right? So I'm doing well. I'm doing well. You know, it's been a little bit of a slower day as far as the stream goes, but that's okay. You know, we definitely have those ups and downs, you know, that we see, and generally it's a fly along today. No one's joined in, but that's totally fine. You know, I'm always okay if people are, you know, here in the stream just supporting and watching and stuff. So, but yeah, we flew from Bangkok, Thailand today, and we're flying down into Hong Kong into Kai Tak. So Kai Tak's a older airport that used to get used in Hong Kong. Now they've completely built another airport, but about 20 years ago they were in operation, and now it's mainly like a street market area in Hong Kong. But it's a really cool approach though, because when you come up, it's basically completely visual. So there's a hill that has a checkerboard pattern on it, so they call it Checkerboard Hill, and you'll see that here on the approach as we make our way down. But like I said though, we're only about 14 minutes or so out, and we'll be landing here shortly in Hong Kong. So I'm just waiting for sight of land again, but it looks like we've got another 77 nautical miles until we're going to be in Hong Kong. So it's going to be here just kind of shortly, because we're still moving at a pretty good rate at least. So might go ahead and level us out at like 10,000 feet. Yeah, we'll level up 10,000 feet here on the descent. Yeah, I think honestly with the last update Flight Sim 2020 had to it, I think to do FPS optimizations and stuff like that, there's certain things you may not be able to see until you're basically right on top of them. So like right now, for instance, you know, I'm 60 nautical miles out from a waypoint that I should be seeing land, so... Oh wait, there we go. There's the land. It's right directly in front of us. Okay, I'm starting to see it now. That's good. So we may have been just pointed a little bit further off than what I was expecting, but you see we have some mountains over here. So that's part of this approach. It's all part of the approach. So Oh, sweet. What was the 99 and 12? Yeah, you know, those cockpit textures are amazing, I'm telling you, that you've got there, you know, in your FS 2020, the really high FPS in that simulator too, huh? But glad to have you join in, though. Glad to have you be able to join along, and it's always a good day when we can have friends join along in the channel and just enjoy a flight with us. So now directly to ID 050. And then, like I said, we're making our approach here into Hong Kong. So basically, in between those mountain ranges up there, we're going to actually be flying down into the city of Hong Kong and be making that visual approach for runway 13. And I hope the voice audio sounds good today. So I'm doing a little bit of experimenting with my microphone. Now, I'm actually not using the headphone mic. That's only for my Discord right now. But doing some experimenting with my microphone because I'm thinking about getting a microphone arm. But I want to make sure that the placement of the microphone's where it needs to be before I figure out where I want to mount it on the desk. So I'm basically trying to figure that out right now, but my microphone's basically less than half an arm's length away from my mouth right now, and it's basically at mouth level. So I think this is about what the audio is going to sound like, at least when we get it when we get a microphone arm. I mean, I might be able to get the microphone a little bit closer to my face, of course, right, so we can get more of that proximity effect, right? But honestly, I think this sounds pretty good, and realistically, I'd much rather keep the microphone out of my face if I can, because realistically, to have a microphone sound good, it doesn't need to be directly in your face anyway. I'd much rather keep that on a camera shot if I can. Don't get me wrong, you know, there are some exceptions to that, like, you know, like the Shure SM7B, right? Like, that is a microphone that wants to be eaten, basically. Or you have to have a cloud lifter on it to get it to sound really good with low gain. But, you know, I'm currently working with a Razer Siren Mini. It's a condenser mic with a super cardioid pattern. It's actually pretty impressive. We had a fan from the channel go ahead and send it to my house, and I had no idea that I was getting it, honestly. Someone suggested to me that I go ahead and create an Amazon wish list to drop below the channel. I did, and I didn't know how it would work at the end of the day, but it shows up at my house with no announcement, and I walk outside, there's a package laying on the by the door, and I was like, huh. So I open it up, and I was like, did I order that? I can't remember if I actually ordered the microphone, and I was like, no, I don't think I did. And so I'm going through my Amazon history, and I'm like, well, I didn't order anything. And then I opened it up, and I was like, I found a little note, and I was like, oh, okay, so this is from a fan of some sort, and who knows who it was, but I do appreciate whoever it was that sent the microphone for the channel to get the audio sounding a little bit more crispy, you know, kind of like how I like my bacon, my bacon on my chicken salad, right, or or the bacon on my chicken sandwich, right? So definitely, I think the audio is definitely more crispy than it's ever been. So definitely some improvements there. Yeah, Miss 14, it's really freaking cool. I really love it, and I mean, honestly, if I were to turn off XSplit here, which is managing basically the virtual green screen, you'd be able to see the microphone in shot. But because XSplit is managing the green screen, you can't even see the microphone right now. So it's kind of cool the way that's turned out. But yep, currently on our descent here into Hong Kong, into Kai Tak. You know, Canesto caught me earlier. He's like, your title's wrong. I was like, what do you mean my title's wrong? And he's like, you put Taikak. And I was like, I did what? And mind you guys, it's funny because I posted it up on Discord. I posted it up on my Twitch schedule, right? And then I mess it up when I set the title for the stream. Of all things I can do, I messed it up by setting the title on the stream. So, you know, it is what it is, though. It is what it is. I'm just glad that, you know, we're at least functional right now, and we're having a good time with everybody else. But yeah, we're almost there, folks. Almost there. Looks like we've got about another, it says 6 or 7 minutes until we touch down. I can't believe that. Like, it doesn't feel like we're that close, but maybe we are. Well, I guess we're 38 miles away, so, you know, it's always, you know, hard to sometimes view exactly where you're at. But let's go ahead and keep making this descent then. I'm gonna go drop this thing down to about bring it down to 8,000 feet. VS down at about 1,100 feet a minute. And we'll pull back throttles a little bit. And since we're below 10, I'm going to go ahead and just pull throttles to idle. Landing lights are coming on. And looks like we are good here for landing for configuration. Seatbelt signs are officially coming on now too, and we're just making our descent here into Hong Kong. So let's get our speed down a little bit here before we land. And yeah, Wilson 99 and 12. Yeah, and Miss 1480, definitely hooray for the bacon. Thanks for dropping in that bacon emoji there, Wilson 99 and 12. It's definitely an important part of this channel, right, that we have our bacon. I mean, you know, today, of course, I don't have any bacon, but I do have some chicken salad. So it's always good, right? It's not bacon. But you know what's going to happen after this stream once I send somebody a raid? I'm going to go find some food and I'm going to find something with bacon. I really want bacon right now that I'm talking about bacon again. But you know, part of it has to do with, you know, starting off the stream. You know, when you're turning on your lights, you go nav, then you go bacon, right? Bacon, not beacon, bacon. Bacon light. Got to turn on that bacon light.
Hey, buddy.
14 AD, how are you doing, my friend?
Doing great. Much better now. Made it just in time for landing. I just spawned in.
I was just talking with Miss 1482, and I heard she's doing better than she was yesterday, so I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's good to hear. It's definitely good to hear.
Yeah, yeah.
That had to be rough, though. You know, honestly, I've had some friends that have come down with the side effects, too, and I'm not going to lie. You know, I'm actually nervous about getting the vaccine, and I'm all for it. I really am. But I'm nervous because of the side effects. And I've never felt that way about any other vaccine besides this one. Like, flu shot every year, no big deal, right? Like, I'll get that done in a heartbeat. But this one's got me a little bit more bothered. And I guess part of it is how fast it was developed and all these other things. So, like, I'm a little bit nervous, but you know what? I'm gonna work with it, and I'm just gonna do whatever I need to do because I need to make sure that I get vaccinated. You know, do my part. You know, so.
Absolutely. When do you get your first?
So mine's gonna be on May 20th. Unfortunately, you know, okay, how should I say it? So when they opened up the population of my age group, so basically it was, I think they were doing people 45 and up last, and then they went ahead and did 16 and up. And so I should have registered right away, but I didn't. I waited like 3 days. 3 days put me out to May 20th. So.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, mind you, I could call in and try to pick up, you know, cancellation, stuff like that. But honestly, at this point, I don't really see a need to. I mean, I'll just keep doing what I've been doing and, you know, just work on it from there and just see how it turns out. But yeah, we are currently descending here into Hong Kong, folks. The airport's going to be directly over to about our 1 o'clock-ish over this mountain range here, but we're not even going to pay attention to that mountain range. Honestly, we're going to, like I said, make this more of a visual approach. So once we pass that mountain range, we're going to be starting to turn to the right, and then we're going to aim for Checkerboard Hill. And then once we get close to Checkerboard Hill, it'll be a 45-degree bank angle to the right, and then we'll place it right down into Kai Tak on runway 13. So now, 14, have you landed in Kai Tak yet?
I've only landed once, and it was like a week after I started flying with Mr. Pilot, so I was still like really bad at the CJ4, but he led me in and I made it down.
That's good.
But,
So
it was intense.
So you downloaded Kai Tak then too, right?
Yeah, I have it installed and everything.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I didn't realize it was an external airport, but then again, it makes sense because they're, you know, it's been 20 years since it's been active, so.
Yeah, it's no longer in existence.
Right.
Actually, I guess I've done it twice.
Oh, have you?
I did it with Mr. Pilot. I just followed him in, and I didn't have the scenery, and so I was coming in last, and I saw them all on the ground. And I was like, guys, I just see grass, and they're like, oh, it's there. It's there. Learned that one the hard way.
Got ya. Yeah, this is my first time making the approach into Kai Tak. Well, the approach in. So, let me correct myself. I downloaded the scenery earlier today, installed it, fired up the sim, hopped in the 747 at Kai Tak, and flew some traffic patterns. Now, mind you, initially my thought was, I'll fly the 747 here because the 747 was a real airplane that was flown here, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was my initial thought. Well, I changed my mind because I was having issues with the FMS. And I would have flown the 747 with Salty's mod, but I didn't because of the FMS issue. So I was like, you know what? We're not even going to mess with it. We're just going to deal with it as is. Let me change over nav sources here really quick. We're going to lock onto the localizer. Fly that localizer here because I've got it bugged, I think, for 8.8. Yeah, of course it's 8.8 right now. So we're going to let this fly it on the localizer now. Keep bringing our altitude down here. Hope I'm not too high. I might be still. I'm going to pull the power back a little bit. Hit the VS.
I think you're good on altitude, at least from my angle.
I hope so. But yeah, I'm bugged on course 8.8 for Kitax, localizer for runway 13. Now, folks, the thing you gotta realize about Kitax is, too, the ILS frequency has almost nothing to do with lining up with the runway. It has to deal with lining up for the checkered board. And then the rest is all visual approach. So, thank you so much, Miss 1480, for the minus 80 on the prediction. Folks, if you haven't yet, make sure you drop those predictions in the chat. I think we only had Complete Freedom and Miss 14AD predict the landing rate for this, for us coming down into Kitax here. Looks like
What
I'm...
weather you got right now? Clear skies?
This is live... Oh, wait, did I go clear skies? Stay clear skies? No, I'm live weather. Live weather, live time.
Can I get a wind check? And then I'll make my prediction.
Let's do a METAR here. Let's do METAR. Oh, wait.
For you.
I don't know if I can do a good METAR here. Can someone give the METAR for the new Hong Kong airport? Because I know this one's not going to pull up. All right, folks, here we go. Autopilot's coming off. I'm in control. Flaps are coming out to 20. Gears being extended. Oh boy. Come on. Fly with me, airplane, fly with me. Alright, here we go. Airport's coming up here shortly on our right side. I'm going to go ahead and just give it a little bit of nose down as we come in for this landing. Oh boy, come on. Come on, simulator, work with me. You had no problems earlier with this. What are you doing now? Okay, here's the checkerboard pattern we're aiming for. And then it's basically a 45-degree right turn we're going to make. Folks, this is my first time landing the CRJ here. I did land the 747 a few times today, so... But not the CRJ, so let's see if I can make the CRJ look just as good. Landing gear is down. Flaps are at 45. Making a right turn here, base for the airport for final.
Sync rate.
Little bit sharp here. Gonna really need to make this sharper. I didn't go wide enough. That's okay though. We're gonna still put it down like we normally would.
Pull up.
300.
Sync rate.
All right, let's go ahead and start leveling it out.
200.
Sync rate.
Bring her back a little bit. Here we go. Power's coming back to idle.
50. 40. 30.
No, don't float too much. Don't float too much. Here we go.
20.
10. Come on. Come on, airplane. There we go. We're down.
Nice. That looked good.
Bring down the nose gear nice and gentle. There we go. We're down, folks. We're down. And even on this one, you know, I forgot to hit the record button. Maybe I should make a circle real quick just to land with a little bit more realism there. Oh man, that was pretty good though. It's a pretty good flight.
Please remain until the air comes to a stop.
It wasn't too bad though. Turned out pretty good.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Should I put it up one more time just so we can get a flight recorder?
Yes, please.
Let's do it. And in typical 1480 fashion, any taxiway is a runway.
Roger that. Coming in right now, actually.
Are you? Nice. Go and get it trimmed out for takeoff. All right, we're gonna go up one more time, folks, just so I can get a recording here of the landing. We're gonna ignore the fact that we're not on the runway. We're just gonna do this like 1480 does, right? So just directly on the taxiway here. Directly on Charlie. Here we go. Rotate. We're up. Landing gear's coming up.
Ooh, I put it down all right.
Did you? How'd you do? Know what you put it down at?
I don't.
No?
I mean,
Okay, it's okay.
Not as good as you, definitely.
Well, it's okay though. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I'm actually a little bit
I'm on your
shocked
tail,
though. Oh, are you? Nice, nice. Are you in the CJ?
You know it.
Of course you are. Good plane, regardless.
Yeah, I'm a pretty good instructor.
Oh, oh, did you? Yeah, I've heard some things about that instructor. I have.
Yeah,
Here we
pretty
go.
legendary around these parts.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me do this really quick. I'm gonna bump down my graphics settings real quick, see if I can recover some of my frames that my computer's now spitting out and saying I'm not good with. So, make sure photogrammetry's off. It is. We're gonna go down to high really quick. And that looks good to me. Bring that down to 2x, F11 apply. Redo this one last time. See if we can actually get it to smooth out some. And it could just very well be the CRJ doing this, but it's smoothed out a little bit. Not much. Okay, here we go. Flaps are all the way up.
Did you try to use VNav into this?
So here's the problem. VNav broke on me when I went to fix a waypoint. So I ended up just VSing all the way down.
Gotcha.
Because the problem is this airport, the way it's set up is in the sim, because it's, how should I say, very limited freeware. It's not very well coded, so a lot of things don't really exist, like the approach, and the approach really doesn't exist, so you're kind of guessing here. Like, they added in one of the approaches for the new Hong Kong airport, and that's fine up to a certain waypoint, right? But you can't do much after that. So, but here we go though. Let's go ahead and just start bringing it back down in really quick, and we're gonna put this down one more time, this time with flight recorder on, so everyone can actually see the landing. And DigiDriver, thank you so much for being here. Totally appreciate having you aboard here, friend. Super friends assemble! Assemble! But yeah, folks, if you're interested and you want to ever be on stream with me talking, you can drop into my Discord channel, !Discord in the chat. And I'm generally in there, not always for VATSIM events, but, you know, the Friday fly-alongs, I'm always in there. So I'm going to go pull back the power again. Let's get this thing slowed down. Speed brakes are coming out. This time I'm going to make sure the thrust reversers are armed and on, so I don't have that mess happen to me that happened earlier. All right, here we go. There's the checkerboard. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get slow enough before then 14.
Sync rate.
I may or may not. We'll see what happens. Looked a lot better last time.
Got it.
Yeah, you say I've got it, but I can't get the speed down. That's the problem.
Pull up.
Speed brakes are fully applied too.
1,000.
Ooh, yeah, you are coming in hot.
Very hot. Trying to wait to get some drag off of these flaps here. And this time it's going to look probably a little bit better with the 45 I'm about to make, because I'm going so fast. So here we go. Yeah, that's what I already did. I'm already full gear down, flaps out. I'm just trying to get her to slow down.
400.
Here we go.
300.
Pull up.
200.
200.
Spoilers are coming off. There we go.
Pull up.
Actually, this looks really good. Even though I'm really aggressive right now, this looks good.
Yeah.
50. 40.
Throwing some rudder here.
30. 20. 10.
That was good.
Well done. You recorded it?
Oh yeah. Oh crap, I forgot to hit record again. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? I keep forgetting to hit record. This is crap. I gotta take back
Not
off.
Just you. I just had that thought like the second after you landed. I was like, oh wait, hold on.
It's
Did we record?
no, I forgot to hit record that time. I did. Mr. Pilot 222. I'm going back around to show you me landing at Kaitak, okay? Because I keep forgetting to
Goes
click
down with the
record.
charm.
This is terrible. Okay, here we go. All right, V1 and rotate. What that car's doing on my runway anyway, I don't know. That's right, one more time. That's right, Digi. Here we go. Yeah, and Mr.
Oh,
Pilot
Mr.
222 got so lucky because he got to fly a 737 simulator into here. Full-size simulator, right? That was Kaitak, right, Mr. Pilot? If I remember right? Because I think I saw that video and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm jealous. Here we go. Yep, exactly. It was Kaitak.
It's awesome.
So, Mr. Pilot, Mr. Famous is in here, right? So, 821 followers now. That's absolutely impressive. That's
A
exciting.
legend.
Definitely a legend in the chat. Definitely a legend in the chat. But I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for Mr. Pilot. Mr. Pilot's really what got me into streaming, honestly. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be doing it. So I do appreciate, Mr. Pilot being in here in the chat and, hanging out and stuff, watching us fly. And I'm gonna click the record button this time. I'm not gonna forget to click record this time, okay? Gonna remember to click the record button. I haven't done it yet. I'm gonna try to remember to hit record. I should probably just drag it down on the screen just so it's in front of me. That's what I'm gonna do. Drag it down the screen. Oh wait, that didn't work because anytime you click in the screen, yeah, that's not gonna work. I'm just gonna keep it right on my top monitor then. That way I can pay attention to it. All right, here we go. We're gonna make the approach one more time because Mr. Pilot's gotta see us land. Right. Gears coming out. I'm gonna get it slow enough this time. I'm not gonna do what I did last time, where I flew this thing way too fast.
I broke my gear.
You broke it. Would you do a short turnaround for landing?
I don't know. I think I just came in too hot and too hard.
Ouch. It's not good.
We'll get out of your way though. Don't worry.
Drop it like it's hot. All right, here we go. All right, we're gonna go get this thing slow enough this time that I can make an actual decent approach without coming in at like 120,000 mile an hour or whatever. Come on, Guru, write the script for the record. But I should. That's what I should do. So anytime maybe someone drops in something special into chat, all of a sudden it makes it auto record. I should do that.
Sync rate.
I should create a quick script for a flight recorder.
Sync rate.
I should. It's open source, right? Flaps
No, but
45.
You could definitely just use it or just do a mouse click.
All right, folks, we're making the approach here into Kaitak. We're coming towards checkerboard pattern. I'm clicking the record button this time. Spoilers are deployed, just to get me slowed down a little bit more. All right, here we go. This looks good so far. Spoilers are coming back off right now. All right, here we go. Let's do this. There we go. This looks a lot better this time. I got the speed managed well. This time this approach should be what it should have been the entire time. All right, right turn right before checkerboard hill, about 45 degrees. At least it's 45 in a 748. But like I said, I did this earlier with the 748, and actually I was really successful landing. It's just trying to get the FMS program. That's the issue I was having the most problems with. And you would think I wouldn't have an issue with that FMS, but I was. So, or actually it was more of an issue with the SimBrief, but long story short, we're not worried about it right now. All right, here we go, folks. Let's go ahead and lay down some butter here again.
Sync rate.
Here we go.
Sync rate.
This time at least we've got the recorder running so we can re-watch it here as we land.
50,
Throttles are coming down.
30,
Throttles are idle.
20, 10,
Not bad for hitting the markers, right?
Not bad at all.
Reversers are out, full reversers. Let's go ahead and get her slowed down again.
I spotted a wild I'm hearsay.
No, did you really? Oh,
Yeah,
did I'm hearsay just show up? Yeah.
I think so. Coming in, I'm gonna go in right behind him.
All right, here we go. Our throttles are at idle now. We're slowing down. About to taxi off the runway here. Once again, folks, thank you so much for joining with the Quasi Guru Twitch channel today as we flew from Bangkok, Thailand over to Kai Tak. Wonderful flight. First time I've ever done this one, so it was interesting, right? I mean, it's like third or fourth time landing the CRJ, but we can ignore that, guys. We can ignore that, okay? Let's go and get parked, and then we'll go ahead and do a replay here of this flight. And of course, we got the random cars driving, you know, on the taxiway, but that's because it's add-in scenery, right? So, should we take the bridge across, you think?
Gotta take the bridge.
Yeah, we'll take the bridge. Why not? Let's take the bridge. Here we go. We'll ignore the holding point.
Oh, actually, I learned that the bridge turned into a highway, so that's probably why you're seeing the cars. It's because the simulator thinks it's still a highway.
Yeah,
But
probably.
your scenery is overriding it.
Right. Well, kind of overriding it. The cars aren't overriding anything.
Well, the cars are driving where the sim's saying, right?
Exactly. Well, I'm just driving right. Oh, the cars. Wait a second. Is that bouncing in the scenery? Or was I bouncing over the cars? I don't know, but either way, I think I just turned the CRJ into a monster truck. Confucius saying, man who walks sidewalk through the airport scanners, often going to Bangkok. Oh, Mr. Pilot, Mr. Pilot, Mr. Pilot. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Not gonna lie, you know, Complete Freedom initially came in with the Confucius says earlier, so I was laughing pretty good on that one too. Let's go ahead and just park here at one of the ramps. We'll park at this one really quick, and then we'll go ahead and replay that landing for everybody. But yeah, I'm actually kind of excited. I actually caught the landing that time, and I didn't like completely miss it like I did the last few times, right? Did you record it this time? No, I didn't, but I'll record it next time. Did you record it this time? Nope, I did not, but I'll have to do it one more time because Mr. Pilot's here now, so.
Conveniently asking you the second after you landed.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it was the second after I landed when you asked, exactly. So here we go. Let's get this thing stopped really quick. All right, we are stopped officially. Parking brakes on for now. Actually, I'm gonna shut that off just so we can get the flight recorder going. Stop the recording here. Let's go ahead and do a replay here. Here we go, folks. Coming in for the landing again for like the 15th time. Come on. Come on, simulator, work with me. There we go. And there we go.
The captain aborted the takeoff. Please remain.
No, I didn't. I did not abort the takeoff. Just ignore that for now. Nice little wing view for everybody as we come down for the landing. I'll tell you, you know, it doesn't feel that aggressive in the cockpit, right? But I guess in a passenger's view, it is kind of an aggressive turn, right?
300,
Sync rate.
And this is when we're basically lining up for the runway here.
Sync rate.
Making some small adjustments here and there for the landing. At this point, we're basically got our wings leveled out. And there's the airport.
40, 30,
Basically right on the markers, too. I was pretty impressed with that landing.
20,
Beautiful. There we go. That was pretty good. pretty impressed with that. That turned out well. Let's go and do that one more time here from this wing view instead. Let's pause the replay. Yeah, I love the Spirit livery. It actually looks really good. I know a lot of people may not be fan of Spirit, you know, IRL, but I like the liveries on the airplanes. It's about it.
Yeah, sharp.
Here we go. Making the turn in again. Checkered board of hill. Nice right turn coming in. Oh, was he really? Did he do it on FS 2020, Mr. Pilot? Because I don't think it's that bad. I mean, I did in the 748 earlier too, and if it wasn't for the fact that, if it wasn't for the fact that I could not get the FMS to work right, I would have probably flown the 748 here instead, because it would have been a much more realistic airplane to fly into Kaitak. Okay, I gotta see where we touched down exactly. I was almost right on the markers, I know that much. I think I was maybe a little bit past them, maybe. Oh wait, was I on the markers? Oh, I was on the markers! I landed right on the markers! Sweet! That was great. I did. That was absolutely gorgeous. So good, so butter. And mind you, you know, for that landing rate too, you know, hitting the markers at 178 feet per minute, that's butter, folks. That's butter. Let's see here. We're going to go ahead and just click replay again. Let the CPU catch back up with this thing. Nice little turn in again. I'll tell you what, doing multiplayer in this too, you know, having other people fly around, I'm pretty sure is dropping the frame rate on these replays too. Because I feel like the replays are really CPU intensive, like the computer has to catch back up to where you were at. Yeah, that was a really brilliant landing coming down into Kaitak. I'm Hearsay, hello! Okay, so I'm Hearsay. It's a add-on from FlightSim.to, it's free. So feel free to grab it from the FlightSim.to website. I'll go ahead and send you the link for it really quick. But you just drop it in your community folder. Completely free. I just got it myself. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Right down. On the markers. On the markers. That was brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant. Right on the markers, folks. Right on the markers. That was gorgeous. I'm so glad I did that flight. Like I said, I never had a chance to do it with anybody else. I mean, I remember you bringing up 14 that you flew in here one time before too, you know, with Mr. Pilot, and the first time you did it, you didn't have the scenery installed. But, so good. Such a good flight. Such a good flight. All right, folks, thank you guys so much for joining with the Quasi-Guru Twitch channel. Yeah, exactly. 14AD landed on the dirt because he didn't have the scenery installed.
I was very confused.
I bet you were. You probably were, absolutely. All right, that was a good flight, guys. That was a good flight. I'm actually impressed with that. I'm pretty impressed with how that turned out. I think I might just replay it one more time. Different view, right? I'm actually kind of impressed with this one because, like I said, there's not very many that I like to really replay over and over again, but like watching this one's pretty cool, I think. I'm gonna replay it from the beginning, actually. Resume replay. Let's let the sim catch back up with itself so I can start changing views again. Whoa, Slender, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for cheering the 100 bits. Yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. Are you gonna watch it again? We're gonna watch it again. Here we go. Trying to get the sim to catch back up with me. And thank you so much, Slender, for the thank you so much for the follow too. I appreciate it. Come on. I'm stuck in drone camera mode. Let's go ahead and get this one more time. Let's get it from the nose wheel this time. Watching the turn in here. Here we go. Short for slim, wonderful. Love it, love it. Love it. That's awesome. Here we go. About to land again. Here we go. Yeah, this landing was actually like ideal. Like the entire approach just looked beautiful. I mean, you know, I had a little bit of drift there at the last moment where I had to just give a little bit of rudder input, just to get us back over, because there's a lot of wind shear events that used to happen at this airport, which made it kind of dangerous in a sense, right? But here we go, ready? Those are not the markers coming up. The next part is not the markers. But right up here where we touch down is the markers. Look at that. Right at the markers, we touch down, put it down, nose gear is coming down. Here it comes, here it comes. Nose gear came down right on the center line. That was absolutely gorgeous. That's how you should do it every time, folks. But let's go ahead and do this really quick, folks. So I think my time for the stream today has come to an end officially. With that being said, let's go ahead and send somebody a rate. Let's send somebody some love. Let's show some people that we care about them. It looks like right now I see Dane Flats is online. We have Meritus online. We have Boeing Sky Pilot, Sky Command, Pilot Guy 335i, Aviator 1996. We've also got Miss Mara Plays on. And yeah, that's what I've got up for tonight, guys. Do you guys have any suggestions where we should go next? Dane Flats, Meritus, Boeing Sky Pilot, Sky Command, Pilot Guy 335i, Aviator 1996, or Miss Mara Plays? Where do you guys want to go to tonight? Because we're going to go ahead and show them some love. Guys, if you're subscribed to the channel, don't forget to drop in a whole bunch of Quasi-Guru emotes. Drop in those interceptor emotes. And remember something, guys. All of my emotes are sound tied to this channel. So if you drop in the Quasi-Guru... There we go. That's right. There we go. Go, go, Quasi-Guru. Here we go. There we go. All right, and now we'll go ahead and drop in the Quasi-Guru in up. Yeah, there we go. We got the Quasi-Guru speed tape.
Speed. I am speed.
That's right, Quasi-Guru speed tape, and we've also got the Quasi-Guru crab. This is when we landed the 787 Dreamliner at Saba, guys. Absolutely insane was that. Let me go ahead and try to crab. That's right. Wilson 9912, did you get a chance to see the landing? Did you see it? Because if you didn't, I can replay it for you. You're gonna love it. You ready for this? Let's replay it for Wilson real quick, and then we'll go ahead and send over that raid. Let's go and replay this really quick, folks. Here we go. We're on the descent here, coming down into Kaitak. Let's go ahead and get a good view here of the approach. Come on. Catch up here. There we go. All right, here you go, Wilson. Here you go. This one's for you, my friend, okay? Because I don't know if you actually caught the landing or not. I don't think you did. But let's go ahead and take a look at this landing here as we came in here into Kaitak. Just nice little right bank there last moment, about 45 degrees. As we're approaching Checkerboard Hill. Did the visual for 1-3 because it's about the only thing you can do with this runway. But do the visual for 1-3, making that right bank there, nice little steep bank. And watch where we land here, Wilson. Watch where we touch down. You're going to be proud of me. You're going to be proud of me because I know you do this in real life, okay? You're going to be proud of where I touch down. You're going to love it. Or your money back. How about that? Money back, yeah? Here we go. Coming on down here, Wilson. Here we go. Here we go. Add a little bit of flare here as we land. A little bit of flare, letting her settle a little bit. Throttle's got pulled idle right about here. Ready for this, Wilson? Ready? Look at that. Touchdown zone, baby. Touchdown. And here we go. Nose gear comes right down on the center line. Nose gear on the center line, and we're full reversers, full brake coming down. And once again, folks, thank you guys so much for joining in. Have a great rest of your day. We're gonna go ahead and set Boeing Sky Pilot away, guys. If you haven't met Boeing yet, you're gonna love him. He's got a full home cockpit for his simulator, so he's got a 737 cockpit set up. Absolutely amazing. Guys, you're gonna love it. Have a good rest of your day, folks. And was that better than yours, Wilson? Was it? Okay. That's cool. That's cool. But guys, thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day. We're going to send a raid over to Boeing Sky Pilot. Once again, guys, you're going to love Boeing. Drop a whole bunch of those Quasi Guru emotes if you're subscribed to the channel. Have a great rest of your night, and thank you guys so much for joining in. Let's give out some quick shout outs here as well. So we had Slender follow, we had Slender cheer 100 bits, we had Yoshi's butt follow. I didn't know Yoshi's butt could actually follow a channel, but it happened, folks. Also, before the channel started up, we had Feral Woman follow, we had Christina McKay follow, David Moan followed, and yesterday we had Squawk 7700, Undead B, Rare 61, Readability, Agent B7, all follow the channel, guys, that same day. Have a wonderful rest of your day, guys, and we will see you in the next one.